Well, good evening. You are live on OK 101.7 FM. Any other radio stations are in and Momo Peking Magana all the way from OK 101.7 FM. Any production team, Mr. Johansson, DOP, Edibedi Akoni, DJ or Black. Good evening. This is Jasu. And that's the Janabes Soko because we are ready to say we rain all the fire and brimstone on the issue because pressure. And for the Bema President Mahama because as I'm go for him, President Mahama can say, and friends saying 60 ministers and obefa. You know, still for money pressure. In fact, NDC full soldiers across Stormy Party headquarters. I think our appointment. Pay appointment. Inti yabani issue no. We also look at Constitutional Review Commission. One of the things and then I council catch him say if you're pushy. Yeah, did from from a multimedia, Andom FM, to Despite Media, OKFM, any UTV. I've been pushing for Constitutional Review Commission, so it's good. President Mahama by one of his main areas, which is a 120-day plan now. What can say? Focusing on is a constitutional review. So we support fully because area your constitution. My answer, appointment of ministers from Parliament. My ministers are different. Parliament are different. Near to me, cross checks and balances. I have baby a cover democracy no more. But that's what I so. We also look at our appointment. But you see, congratulations and come on, Abeiku Santana. Any me am brother dancing KOD Kofi Ochire. I mean the way President Mahama appointed young men, no, hey, NPP for I'm much in opposition. NPP, you go there opposition check. Hey, this is serious because you see NDC by the appointment of Abeiku Santana, any KOD, no. I think NDC is President Mahama is making NDC more attractive. One NDC are more attractive even before year to about 2024. No, a lot of young people said yeah, call NDC. Adaya Ubusana, Obeka say NPP the line no. But of course, NDC, they are ebedu so. And if you look at President Mahama by the appointment of young people, our form, even ministers, Okuye to black our first NPP man, there's no way in hell and by now, or your minister. Sam George NPP man by now, money minister. Idea man, Sami Oku, or your party, national party organizer, man, Sami Oku Jai organizer. MP or Abesia seat, Dokuya seat. Sami Oku so beg because Sami Oku also wanted to be minister. And why does he want to be minister? It's not wrong, sir. Branty ambitious that officer or contribute to national development because party headquarters normally party need power pay 2 meaning in every party headquarters. More than I'm hopper. Usually, no 2 meaning ministers no any MP even MPs no not too much ministers no. And Sami Oku says a constitutional provision say. Majority of his appointees need ministers from Parliament and also compare MP seat because of compare MP seat they are likely say Obenya a friend say minister AD and Sami Oku same classmate in a black one and Sami Oku a minister and leader MPP mo a black one is minister foreign affairs minister a position that was held by Nana Akufo-Addo former president that catapulted his career into the presidency. A black one NPP man go did that. Me say, I'm repeating it again. What says I same way? A co NPP for gamsins mo, a co NPP for dreamo, a brony bayenoa. Mamonya micro, super micro minority no. Or see a catch mo. This is what NDC is showing you. NDC show mo. Any jano, any munanenam. Okay, I can override as a mama. All the young MPs in NPP, Obi Ason Kasama, no, Kosunkundi Asebo Unkoni. Bro, Obi Kope got a crying. Even Ashanti Region MPs who were pushing, say, Modi ammonia interchange, ya, Musomo Bayer 5, Amaya, and Amoama capture in budget. Yameti Kamonia Maya Kramanya, and Uni. And the NPP, as much as you pay, Ghana politics here, you're in Kosovo. Somebody must also be bold enough to tell NPP for no credit. You are chasing the young men into the bush. You are chasing the young men out of NPP. And all of them, and I see there, Uko dance, I mean papa free dance from a brofu edru. I say for me na 1 year boase. I can see predominantly NPP, but a lot of the young men are going to NDC. This year, boase again a contention between NDC and NPP no. And capacity me papa mobile if you read all the history. And I dance NDC going to be near seat or ben NDC will see to a dance. 30 more seat. And then I idea finish NDC idea finish them. NDC is becoming more marketable, more popular in Ashanti region because of a bro of MPP. And the MPP for me, see Munimu, Abeiku Santana, young man. Look at the MPP, media boys no more MPP. No man in position. Even press secretary crowd about Jubilee House. Or no crowd media person. Eugene Ahi. Or no got on 939 and it make allegedly. This is a public document. Say. So our 939. Abeiku Santana, deputy CEO. A position Mahama no. Deputy CEO. This is the position for the Mahama Diamano. Congratulations to Abeiku Santana. Mo Adumana why so because now baby on Abeiku supporting MP this all supporting. I supporting me. Abeiku supporting them. The other supporting and was supporting no. And supporting and supporting and also fast one. Missy Busa. Say boys no mu di MPP achie no. Okay, take every board you to make us MPP no man. Special assistant go so money be. You want to take your put your advance or buy and chair. Now MPP for no more media no match. God in aside okay, God in crowd them so mo de no ko he. Omo man state house in PR fia bi. And no kwa na accommodate. Kwabena party awuyi ko bu MPP for so mo kan na kwabena party. Owu ye na no 1 year. Kwabena party a super MPP MPP for man dey. Owu ye na ma be now crocodile tears. They need to GMPC board fia bi so. Abeiku is deputy CEO. Eson ka kwabena party is senior chair Abeiku. And so Abeiku ya man deputy CEO. Me say MPP for NDC, the NDC if they continue like this, I just MPP more opposition and I'm waiting. I'm view. Because all the young people seeing this appointment, they will all run to NDC. Because when him said, NDC do bra, you be money be. KOD, presidential advisor on diaspora affairs. MPP buy presidential advisor on diaspora affairs. Now do find the office. Jake Bedi akon se hwan. Abrantie na 1 year campaign. They be oba having client suit to no share. No of an another here, the presidential advisor on the diaspora. Your man the boss, be papa no friends, I don't see a brocheni, but no way. No, president of the war sick. Nana do confirm the war pass. We see no credit on my saying before because I guess how na 2028 got there for now. Mo forget answer. Look at what NDC is doing. But when you now NDC, you're not President Mahama, you know. Party supporters say so money and no one customer or some more. More. Munyabo Chema President Mahama and pressure no doors. But I'm saying, congratulations, I'm going to KO the FSA, Abeiku Santana. But again, the young people now, President Mahama form, no most of them got now on a go be anything. Mama go to take give to our idea allegedly. Yeah, the accusation to no so the ghost names 81,000 books, mono. Moko ye be na chesa mo say the opportunities of other youth do muchi. More say the opportunities of other youth do muchi. Because the enemy can look at somebody like Nanabi, a full lawyer. Yeah, man, minister and the NPP. Abeiku is younger than Nanabi. So Abeiku is deputy CEO. Nanabi is deputy CEO. Now I'm the minister, deputy minister. Kabu no me adi o maswati mo deputy minister. Signature ba akokra ya maka bu mo ansan. Omo luzu omo seat to anana do che pia omo tinchen. Abrone o NPP mo no you people must change. And when me post here no be so job for the boys. And ka job no fan come hwan. Job for the boys and ka job no. NDC for fan come hwan. Enye bi obre no die. I said, "Yawa put a man affair no nti so de ne sabombi." It is omo boy NDC aye adwuma na say NDC aba. Never come and say, "Oh, our short time, 4 years." He wants young, dynamic people to help. Nam penifo no so board no so no mo boy to say. Every say free and cram no say aso Mahama de omu nyina si nche. Ayare go every say free and cram o that dem kokra no kra de omu nyina si nche mo de mbo e bo chairman. Mompa munyai because apenda na ye ministerial job no muni sa hoden no amode beye anya say the minister beba minister say sisi ye ya o kire ne diabetes yaba ade a kire ne BP yaba ade a kire ne kidney or dialysis yempe young men no let them do the job. So now the ball is in the court of these young men. Say kwa omakono omusu kogu obi eni mase kwa omakono omusu kogu obi eni mase nti KOD any ye nua Abeiku Santana yeto omusu ano Abeiku Santana status so ye adwuma nye na no obi na me post obi say na Captain Smart na mpacho Abeiku status so ye adwuma na Captain Smart mai mpacho nye ni metia in NDC adwuma na no ya na ye Captain Smart o so so kebia ma NDC on shada ye Abeiku status so me adwuma Abeiku was a candidate in a Fantimai Ukrom a seat. But I put the debate in one to one. Then he channel thought to thought, no biasa. What I say, Abeiku Duma, less them. Mahama one, Abana. First, Mahama Bana Abeiku in charge of less them. Less them. And Abeiku deputy CEO. And deputy minister, Kenya bad, but deputy CEO is good. And this is NDC. Their appreciation of the young people. It's a challenge to NPP for Brony Bayene Yamono. More young men in NDC, and they will continue to go from a more predominantly NPP areas like Ashanti. Look at Ashanti now, minister. Who cry now politics I kono. Who cry now politics. I like NPP, I want to be Adiaboso. Yadafa way I just want to me say, hey, who born dog? Say the role is the guy, who born dog? I want to be on your branch and buy. I don't know half the old determined say for cracking positions. This is a warning to NPP. It's a warning. Shamima Muslim, you know, CTFM, and now yeah, our office of the president, and I know yeah, minister for gender, and then or your deputy president, chief of staff, George Bawa Muntari, President Mahama cousin, you know. One also deputy minister transport, and then George Bawa Muntari, or a president office. And the NBC continuously is showing, say, they believe in young people, and they are pushing them. And people so I say, Kokra for party. And to this our Kokra Uji Nawu and Sunny Abema position. And Professor Yakufi were deposed from President Kufuor 1, President Kufuor 2, and another by 2 by the only other. I could be and I could be saying question. Can't I papa penny or mentor young people? So when you now could like block it chance, the young people cannot get the positions. Young people need your positions. And I know say there's another conversation about say special assistants for technical directors and also and you know last Monday you can know. And then therefore now what we are saying say there's pressure on President Mahama to budget in Ebay. Say how to manage the economy, do so starting, how to do things near there. But the budget number will know. But pressure no more because a lot of young people are saying, oh, yeah, boy, young people be ready. Chobiti said John Dumelo, and I've always said that among the young MPs from Marco Parliament, one of the promising one amongst them here, John Dumelo. So one quiet scandal be a one could be a man compare problem be a man who John Dumelo will go far. The betting was even beautiful to watch. And he's got such a brilliant wife. Mantiana also more political position. One of the things I'm more kawari amonye hono oba wanyansa oba wabin. Theo two things. Oba wanyansa oba wabin. Ko fa the John there etokase with the Oba Cottage. Because compare this team any the omuye to the Vicky Amamu squad they buy omeye you know. These are young people and they've learned. They've gone through the meal to so much say I say the idea omo kwa you know. In the answer so if they will live up to expectation, they are more money because media. Abeiku say I believe in him. I mean tourism why yes unless of a scandal and I know him. Uncle scandal be a KOD minimum. I can say this year no on your mistake. I believe that he will do what is right. What I say, and you know, we support what Mahama is doing. Any young people know do mobile. By young court and some of the young people know must stop me and this one or more president Mahama pressure. How they
Eight good years. We can't meet years, 8 years. We can't power now. They say we can't meet again. But put us somewhere. 8 years.
Anyway, this is unnecessary pressure on President Mahama. Very unnecessary pressure. Because when you look at 8 years, you put us somewhere. You have qualification of the man how I am from somewhere. The people who are being appointed, no more appointment committee, I want to see the where were he? I do my band away. Experience band our I be the penny. I was saying, I can't listen to what I think that not be everybody go get post. You don't have the qualification. It's one kind planting for food and jobs. So send here. Mahama youth in agriculture, youth in farming, youth in smoke making, but and you'll be an officer because you may not have the technical capabilities. And what they also come to storming the party offices, just giving President Mahama unnecessary pressure. It's needless. After Papa the budget first one, allow the budget to even land. Budget no can drop a Mahama pressure on your day. The budget has not even landed, but you are giving him pressure on your day. And this is why I never called Parliament. Now I was a little disappointed in Abeiku Co appointment committee. When Abeiku Co ya kukudro, busa, me former lecturer, Dr. Justice James I say, and Kosa, I mean Abeiku Co feel power is solid because this new Parliament, one of the shining stars, how do any more Parliament by Abeiku Co? Solid guy. He has a lot of experience. He's doing the work. I was opposition for you. I mean, we share. The days of JH Mensamo said, I know we are Juma Parliament, Abeiku, Akumadan tomatoes, and then another Hakmano Swagman. Those days now no more Parliament. Almost sorry, no more Jida man. Yes, shaking Rollins. You can see that. Look, these people understand politics. They know politics. They are shaking politics for the future of Ghana. Abeiku is doing that. He's solid. But I say the question the man is not even a nominee, no. And yes, or a cultural minister. You are not for a deputy attorney general or say dance. Oh, Abeiku Co. Your party say there. You say oh yeah. As for a hero said then what you win Babatu, you are going too far. Then when the chairman of the appointment committee, he has power to overrule a question. And when the chairman within his powers overrule a question, then Abeiku Co is saying that chairman, this one whims and caprices. How did this become capricious? When the chairman is acting within his powers, how did the chairman become whimsical? Abeiku. Yeah, the amount of fans. But now you are going below the belt. You are going too far. Stick to the issue because major issue, they say, number one, how is the relevance of dancing to the issue? To the issue as which is that nominee no kwakwa attorney general, dancing if attorney general the man was saying. Now yeah, young Ghana for so that we can be part of the democratic process. No, how is your question about dancing? Nominee, no, sorry, no, sir. How is that question going to benefit us? Say, you find a minister for culture and tourism. Abeiku Santana Nedia Waba, Jifa, go machine, Waba, and also Jifa go machine. Dance near here. Then you say that this is an opportunity to have for us to display our culture to the world because this is the position in which the minister is going to act. But Dr. Sai is not going to work in a culture ministry. He is not going to. I don't see the correlation. We are saying that stick to the issue. Stick to the issue. Now, I mean, personal scores between Abeiku and the chairman. Then be I to say the appointment committee is becoming an avenue for people to settle scores, for people to show like that guy. For a Shatawale, you will go guy. I mean, on God. This is not good. Abeiku Co patrol. Why but wait here, and then yeah, more fun, but wait here is below the belt. Stick to the issue. Stick to the issue. Let me show you a video of where how
who is whimsical and capricious.
Honorable nominee, we are here to learn about our country. Kindly demonstrate the Akpi dance a bit, just for a second.
Honorable nominee, the question is overruled. You are not going to demonstrate.
Chairman, if you decide to be whimsical and capricious, it will not advance the work of this committee. Apart from the constitutional issues involved, it is also about our culture. We've had nominees speaking their dialect here, and I do not think that if you start by is overruled. The man is talking about a dance that we all don't know until today. If anybody had asked me in the Volta region, as part of our culture, what are the dances, I would have said Agbaja and Bobobo. Today, he is enlightening me and others, and I'm saying that he should demonstrate it just in some 30 seconds. And you saying that, you know, you are disallowing the question.
Honorable Minority Leader, I take offense from the fact that you are saying I'm being whimsical and capricious. So I will urge upon you to withdraw those words used on me.
Chairman,
I will not stand by overruling the questions that you are not going to demonstrate
you were whimsical,
any dance.
You were whimsical and capricious in the way you overruled my question. I will not withdraw.
You would not demonstrate any dance. This is not a demonstration forum. This is appointment committee. So I insist that you withdraw the word that I'm being whimsical and capricious.
Chairman, I will not withdraw. I'm sorry. I will not withdraw. You rudely overruled me. I will not withdraw.
I would again ask that you withdraw the word rudely.
Chairman, one more time, I will not withdraw. I'm sorry.
Will you withdraw?
Chairman, I'm sorry, I will not withdraw.
Well, to demonstrate to you that I am the chairman for this particular vetting committee, that may be your last question. I will proceed to acknowledge the presence of the following guests.
And this is how it ended. And you see, we asked about where Mema Toka, or move where a man can be at the way, Mema, they will contain their emotions. But horrible. But I think that is the show of the power struggle between the chairman and the rank, is not the best, especially on television. On television, it's not the best. It's not the best. I think I had the medium. Now, Fenyo Market should have just, withdrawn. He should have just withdrawn the comment because I have already told you. I don't think it's the best. The nominee is not a nominee of culture, culture ministry. It's a nominee of Attorney General. You have to ask him questions about the legal system. And I know me a video on TikTok about a plea deal. Second for baby say, oh yeah, bonnie offenses stealing. You can opt for plea deal. Now you found go to jail. It's at the corner of an tree. I know found wedding. I don't be able to people don't know. These are the questions you must ask the nominee. Why are people in jail? Why are people in Sawama? Young child they are there, and some of them have been there for 10 years. So first free decongestion of the prisons here. Chief Justice Bakun Georgina would start here. Where is it? These are the questions that the ordinary person want to know. Busa nominee is a constitutional review commission. What are the priority areas? Yes, Gashano. Oba, will you support that Gashan should be removed? A better may save your money, Sikana. Now, this money can be used for a great. A better me a boy, Manti, and I'm on my Kuyajuma. A better me a boy, man, from Nama. Maybe I judicial education. Cases quarter. Other cases nature. Can we do something about cases section? Said about cases a delay process. These are the questions for the nominee. Or Attorney General, Department of Justice. What Jana also on Cosa? Avenue market below the belt. Below the belt. Many avenue market and yard. But a young cop in Pennyphone, so near in Pennyphone and Casa. Party supporters no more Mahama pressure, and then a macho video. No, this is it. Or more Mahama pressure because Mahama cannot employ everybody. Or catch and say, and that's it's a classic indication. Say he cannot employ everybody. Prof, in Okopo country, a dean, a first academic city university. Watch radio or a leadership consultant. for many years. Also, now lawyer John Kwame Kwesi, so a Penikes here, and also a lawyer or a friends, a development governance expert, any activist. Every day, in fact, I can one of the activists, they be a constitutional review, constitutional review, because baby, I got and yet your constitution we cannot take us to the promised land. We can cry till that kingdom come. You bet me I can fight JJ so nipa 100 times. Burkina Faso they cry, you could know better now. Ghana cannot go to the level of Singapore and Malaysia because the constitution is sick. And your Kwashoko constitution, it's a bogus constitution. We must change the constitution. Constitution, I say, Yanya to Sunia Fankoma Nipa Kakrebino Munyingodi. Naminu Mienu, the FA and Uncopim Buomojaba at Afre. This is an unfair constitution. This is a constitution to me, boy. So what I say, he's one of the people that every day will push it. And prophecy, a leadership expert, what sure leadership books be brace. Say, Mahama bet to me a conenima. You hear servant leaders. And I hope I know this share Mahama say. Yeah, when I say it's Mahama starting this servant leadership. A bet to me a boy, and maybe we do more text message now. More they are sending in now because more part of a year friends, a Ghana and or comment to be asked from the link to join and also be part of Ghana democratic process. My enjoy my this if one we need to this if one can be a Ghana once 7 years coming. And I said, people will hear, you know, I was here fire, I was here come for me, but we must all be part of the process. You enjoy my back, will be catch us and Kasa or what, maybe you know, Kasa, because Ghana, the idea, and this Ghana, and then NPP Ghana. Is it a problem? Good evening, Akwaba.
I fear me also, me this, oh, yeah,
Hey, I can't about me, my Akwaba, so.
Yo, Mejoso, why a young lady?
I refusing to grow, Yenny, and they what? Yeah, the father with Yenny. It's all Ubeni, we are there, Ubeni.
Okay, it was up by Mr. Okamia.
Mini Papa, or not in a way, sir.
I'm a diet. If you are diet December 7, I'm in with TV 3 for 5 hours.
Wow.
5 hours when we are there.
Yeah. Okay, Prof.
Yeah, I'm Prof.
Young, wow.
What you trying to do?
Oh, yeah, no, Johnny go US.
I know so you have one because there was your phone.
Wonderful.
It's a problem. I'm because you have got issues on budget, expectation, pressure, party support, etc. But and now they are also the appointment committee vetting. Yeah, opinion marking question. Briefly, I want to ask God, Prof. Maybe what you answer my council. What do you think? Do you agree with me, sir? Opinion marking, and now you have a different opinion. Are we getting value for the vetting or not?
Yeah, value for vetting. In fact, na make us say. Answer ye be you will be to be part of the vetting committee. No one can only hear human resources training. Because in your question, be and you timi busa will be good. In fact, so we American advanced country, you musa will be cross a wedding fear. Against the law.
Oh, okay.
Sir, you will be a friend ageism. Will be better me you to age at yao. And also better me a discriminated yao. And a friend disparate treatment will be to miss you. Enti ye musane se wedi ahen ba we ye busi obi se wedi ahen wa ware oyire enom ya ahen o ma ya ahen me kai oti region papa na omo yi no o se o nkwala 10 or so omo se na wedi 74 sa nya ma nya de ye busa obi se oye Freemason member na Freemason member no o ma me ne hwan na asamoto wa hwan na aboni din. These are the questions afenyo ma busa irrelevant completely to a Juma nipa ne be ye no. Se yeka se you obi amana e be minister, you hear say nipa no ofiti for Juma na ye de be hye ne nsa no. Enti se wo vet you obi ana wo select ana se wo vet you obi a. Wa Juma wo ye in the interview process se wo say nipa no oye fitter. Enti wo bisa no questions are related to a Juma na obe ye no. Se saya sema ye kan. Ese se wo bisa ne se prisons are congested. Prisons no nipa egu ho se wo ko Ghana prisons a obi ti da ha no obi hwene da ha no obi enai da ha congested obi wo akokọ e na okofa ye obi wo a eyi banchi no kotu ye obi wo obi board ye no kotwa ye small petty theft ama nipa bi gu ho 5 years 3 years 4 years enti kwa be na be fa so a ye benya public service say ya mo nkoti gotam anase omonkodo nyafuo mayen na onfa solve punishment no nkofie sa ne ma say ene ebisa ya wo plea bargain wo ho wa musa ho question bia ya wo eye anyama bebre wo ho a yakọ so legal system no mu a for instance unim say your constitution say who 21 years who qualifies for best standing for member of parliament but nipa hina wagan 21 years na wanyi ankasa na dwuma nyi a obetimi adi nipa over 40,000 so as a member of parliament so enti sanya man say well you talk about article 71 ye nyina ye adwuma ye nyina ye was senate pension na nipa kakra bi on article 71 ya sese sikatwidie nyina na area mom at the end of 4 years no wakodi yes sika isa ya budget ya beka ho ase be sika ni sa ya won indemnity clause wo ho a untimi touch president fa ne nkoko so ya wo sesi a ye ka say unim say president Mahama the cabinet pa 19 no 17 free parliament 17 out of the 19 no free parliament now mom no say the same group way say one be a member of the executive which is the presidency and then a member of the legislature as on making law and I emphasize separation of powers in the checks and balances and they separated those into one new bebre ya constitution no as I see as sano na so when ya kwenya so we are minority leader now you ranking na busa will be questions sir what say uni bobo any abaja into one sasa for ne at least on demonstrating here meanwhile no important question relating to law here anti-mestre say in fact I'm not impressed at all about the way omo vetting crofo yenim say eye nanadu time hawakum si yebutano aquaculture so then only about aquaculture was when nyanka and so the same committee omo vetting no omo passing through me who say obi abayaka say we there oniema bi ankwa ma who say okujeto and Sam George omo work it out because not there are some issues omo feel say uncommon patcho because the way excess of name bi omo kan omo patcho no omo say omo patcho because ni omo kan no omo da su gina baby omo gina
exactly
omo nim nya no omo kan sa niam no akoye say ye use that process way e dey score points am your political party but yes sa and a betting here betting yes say Ghana for ebinum so usua de enti wo busa no question na all answer no che say me ba me yese me bo na ba yese no eno ne ade sua de wom na obi ayi Freemason joining and ne ma wawo na aware owo me hu say nra ko ebuso obi say are you stingy say obi nisikasam ye on nisika mama na say nisika mama ada na we am betting bi sad questions we nim nearby because say hi obi na wa be kira de and I say hi obi na wa be ye lawyer e we firm as a partner questions ye busa no na related to ejuma ye no the only question allowed universally say tell us about yourself because the best way to know a person is to allow them or ask them to tell you about themselves yeah ni mo won chan wankasa wo ho enti ko interview bi e ma kwan say wo ye hwan na wa ye na wa kire de enti a wo fit adwuma na ye ba se ma interview no anya sa enti yan moving ko sa part ne ye nya personal detail issues if you say emu adwuma na omo we na Ghana ye de ma omo no
you Kaka, so remember Anambusa also your views on this vetting process and yet to me a benefiting democratic process no.
Okay, quick one. Pacho, ni na ka democratic process no. Mame for we feed so na me appreciate Prof ye, but Prof a tough man. Ghana we have to hold him in high esteem at least more times on the Enfanimra program because it's also loaded to help develop the economy and our systems. Prof, I salute you one more time.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay. Now, quick reaction. If you are so him say, I feel my brother. Unfortunately, now a very bitter pill for me this evening. Winneba. And was a bear me MP so I can home. And me begina me super na. Yama means you Winneba town. But I listened to it one coincidentally. Me who say, Unsana we Honorable Rickett Hagan, and I chair 2 previous days. And then by circumstance, my changing say we in Samra back. So our perception and viewpoint were that said, okay, Honorable Rickett Hagan to also handle the deputies. Sana me normal
Okay.
See, suddenly we buy, Now I bet to say from the onset, some friction of a sort, a cry hanging in the air. Try to say, we mean if you say the reason why main chairman buy is to create the impression say the other one was loose and Afenyo had his way. So
And the chairman with the showdown attitude.
And me body language say the reason why you change the record, Afenyo any mistake there will be fireworks.
Okay.
I was telling somebody and then this thing also happened. Now, all this while, sessions of Ghanaians, blame chairman along the line said, if you are sometime very soft, Afenyo is having his way, and so on and so forth. We are also human beings. Say, Nkrofo, continue to blame you all the time. You get to a point, you also want to show where power lies. Say me so I'm in charge. And by circumstance, and Afenyo so 1 year luckier. And then see. Now, quick reaction. I think the point he really, and to be honest with you, me he put it in a context. Can you use just 2 seconds? 2 seconds to demonstrate. One kasa onsa. But we all concluded say.
Yeah, but to demonstrate, what does it mean, Council? To demonstrate a dance. How do you demonstrate a dance without?
How I saw it. How I saw it, and I said, now I say, make it or give you platform to or non highlight more on what they have specifically from Omukronomon. You see, sometimes you feel say almost the way a manner they lost the election. They and try to say almost signing and phobia to be bibi kakra yes we lose. So sometimes say a pointer ye feel say be happy the system because so we take it differently. All along, let me share from where I sit. I see say you see the platform to advertise the various, also to promote the very
culture
concerned.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
Council, this is a nominee for deputy attorney general. And then
Why explain it on several occasions? He does that as comic relief to release tension and relax the nominee involved. What come on several occasions?
Okay.
Say a woman after we be high tension questions, no the bakumbi abe from just relax, you feel at home. Say we are not enemies, you are brothers, and then also for you to be given the opportunity to let Ghanaians know where you are coming from, and also to identify with the people from where your root is. What may I say? He does that indirectly as a lawyer. He does that swiftly. It will be one say become about some people, but we see them as irrelevant questions and so on.
Yeah, I want to come and do say, Council, one much say your school, law school say you are relevant when we are presenting evidence, but the evidence must be relevant to the issue at stake.
But you see,
it must not be
to be fair to him, one say obisa relevant questions. So and but the 1 or 2 ones now, me know you be feel say they don't focus on the ministry, then we say they are irrelevant. But also I explain say there's an effect. There's an effect why he does that. He wants people to know, say, this particular person, how you know him, on this angle, so you should see him differently. In the
there's another side to the person.
Another twist of it, and to be honest to him, and that dance now, boy, people will investigate into that particular dance and get to know that aspect also about culture and then region also. But I was so sad to say it ended up that way. I think leadership should speak to each other, That's our friction, or our tension about between the majority and minority on the vetting side, I'm trying to resolve it. Other quick reaction also in your introductory aspect, I'm so happy and Befa Akonya so that at least we're TF4 have been listening to some of your panelists for so many years. I quite remember any opportunity question you be said about free education. Then many will if you switch it now for constitutional review. Prophets here by coincidence. You could share on election day. Omokaya was you should cry the constitutional review. Ababebom. Yet Danyamian said all through it. President Mahama so by the first few days in office, constitutional review, about any major target. Just that some of us few say, constitutional review panel, Nanka, more people will have the opportunity to bring their views. Possibly, if Sanka key institutions and associations in Ghana, the Ghana Journalists Association, Ghana Bar Association, and then all other important bodies, almost areas about our constitution, and they feel say they have an opinion about bullet nanka in documentary form, so that at least moving forward, will be under consent, will be encapsulated in the new reforms now.
Okay.
I think by way of introduction, that is
okay. But let me take your take on the you can showdown between chairman of the vetting committee and only Afenyo Marking. For say baby do na chairman is a withdraw. You have been unfair to me, withdraw. Because I say a whimsical, because that was a call out against President Chairman Amu said the chairman is being whimsical and capricious. Okay, withdraw. One withdraw. Do you think it's fair to do that? Take what that
no, it wasn't fair at that point. You see, Omwano, I know they have diplomatic way of resolving issues internally. At that point, Ibianka chairman so step on it, his toe said, Jack, maybe catch or not withdraw with me fees. They do it all the time. They don't confront. So this is what I'm coming to do. And to me can terminal now also withdraw. You get the point? And that's what America said. And then now perception, was hanging. So what share Honorable Ricky Hagan by anytime Obeka na feel so chairman withdraw. Fitting run and reach you. Honorable Ricky Hagan. That reminding the server Tonya ya or say chairman withdraw. Chairman withdraw. Exactly. You see, so I better say, Ricket, the baby, and then younger Sammy Quaco Fisino. You get the point. And now, prior to that, now we overrule some of the MPs and also into where the end by and I say, also have fun. You get the point. And the way he went about it, he felt so Kabibini as a pinch me. I'm not holding brief entirely for affair to. When it came to the aspect, said, Okasa on withdrawn, because also subsuming the anger level on the kakra. Do you get it? But maybe he also out of ego. He also wanted to prove a point, said, I'm representing the minority. You can't always have your way as if we have no voices of our own. And whatever you want to do is what you must carry through. That aspect, with this tension, we don't need it moving forward. I think we need external opinion leaders to set leadership on both sides, down. And then moving forward, they should have internal mechanism of resolving issues so that it doesn't become back and forth. Let me give it to you, you also give it to me. Back. There are children and the youth also are also following the footsteps of our leaders. If in painful in the full glare of the public, this is how you react and go about issues. I don't think it's the best for the up and coming ones also.
I think that's well there. Prof, do you support this suggestion? Say phobia. At least from okay, Parliament when yenya sempa because the old Parliament omokoto babin so abana. Because na che ballot paper ni aba we die. The same appointment committee Obi kwasi obi ko che table as no me obi boss. It's just that's a colo when you compare parliament or even 92 grand NDC for one any progressive alliance for we didn't get to this point. To the parliamentary democracy they are from and you support their council because young pedophobia on betting me check your mama because AI and
if you are Mr. Speaker or Najuman says he's the father of the house. You must say no fret both leaders, you know. Now or no matter no matter say you must say because all these are written in the Hansard, you know. And that record, you know, it doesn't speak well of us. A couple of things. And you will be no play well to sarcasm. Oh, Obu Owa, when you need a grant and you go agree can you so the mukra fu. And as we said, you will be a play nadia. Now, some boy any afenyo I want to say weak majority problem. I shall say, among for say NPP a strong minority. Now, because the way I know handle issues, you know, people thought he was weak. But who was that? This guy, you know, they brought for any a few on Kasabebre. Or introverted person. I think is extremely extroverted person. And during the vetting process, you know, and this is for felt as a way or overcome chair, no do or as ye cast a quay ombre. No, be a majority 183. Now almost to work a crabby, na fail almost the book come fire, so no, okay, can of Bema. And it's a senior minute say, okay, can ho. And Tikaka can is overruled, no, because when sick any caprices, Obia one of Winston caprices. Yenina, no, it's not praying, you would not print. Yeah, because we have Rana, Obia Shabono from the perspective of the team.
Exactly.
I'm a support to a Chelsea side, I'm a the other team, some psychology here. And so, and this in here, heard from the perspective of Andy. I don't know why I did that.
But it's prof, you agree in the account with the account of chairman also back committee meeting with some showdown mentality say and this person may a soft it's another match me to agree.
They hard on your soft. If we have been here before, okay, I say, you will win here now, Bambabi Bear minority leader. No, make I pa. Now, Abambabi Casta, the binom, let them pay and power. Everything is new. Now, Opian Beso Betty Abambabi, but it was there to make NDC relevant at that time. And the market and Crawford so are to make NPP relevant at this time. But so one way was style and a strategy adopted. Now why you're more unpopular because you were cool heads. Is that what you're upon Kroma and I say Patrick Wama no ma almost could have handled this issue differently. So because so opposition now we popular to maybe our casa crabby. But among Pasana, judgments and no or Casa only 2 minutes run or back Casa with wisdom and yan talk what. And you talk giddy, but said, "Obey say, oh, you deep, Sebi, penny for yan sounds womb." But a person to qua niggy how you fight here. Yeah, obey you soon to pack a guy an argument. Not just a Sebi, you not drop. It has a here I am fan on air. I did not acquire a bar, so they say, you are good to me. Who catch it with her, may use to Wensica and Caprices until you rudely overruled my question. Some of these questions why your students are almost processes because we buy university now or parliamentary clubs. I will invest in cinema almost parliament near and Yama will Paranusia and why that. And because they are role models, you know, message they should model the way send a Palano so a bit to me at home. It will be an ego and to her. So we could room be lawyers were hard to do. And professors were hard to do, and doctors were hard to do, and I say politicians were hard. And you're full of egos. So, say, so we call from. Say the bay a month for bet you. But also the ego, Shiana, Ayana, and
Yeah. But now, you're moving on another issue. But Prof, I know I check your microphone. I'm a breaky. I don't know why I break it. Into check mommy city as obet me restart to device, so I'll be more than grateful. Yeah, now almost stormy a NDC headquarters. These are NDC supporters. Said I can't say. Abeiku Santana, Deputy CEO, Tourism Authority, KO, the Amano advisor, diaspora affair. Everybody is jubilating. I mean, I'm one of the people. I mean, who are many as say. These are young people who are making it into government already. President Mahama, you say, "Why young people to say, Ablakwa, Sam George, a lot of people, young people in this is a complete shift from the area, which and at least a young crowd will be at 20 years political experience. This time, even every year, you board. And you can see a lot more Mantia in President Mahama government. And our party supporters who say more. And you can't say I'm about with this question. Say, how do you think because budget this week in our president model budget in a parliament? Budgeting my already we catch us as a party supporters who see at 8 years old. Yeah, Peduma, yeah, monkey they work, babu they chop. So what do you make of these? Are they giving President Mahama pressure? I see this as pressure, but what do you think?
Yeah, pressure there obviously it is. But issue say Ghana for as almost 2 mobile. Wow. Oba Bamu for easy. Ideally, in the first 1 year and dear, Bibi Papa be anywhere over to me because Afena who put team together. Afena Niomana over to 2 years, who take his stock. One, yeah, plus and minus. And Sikabia so need system for you to implement anything. Afena the first budget, beba. And so ordinary can be cry, it will not hold water until budget were prepared the economy approve it. And the young Kenya would train your budget say yes in next month here. And the the best spell out say okay, Sikabeba system no mukakra. Yet be by your way, yet be by your way. But even within the first 1 year, Yama you for Nantias, yes, on your magician, I am Mumbu and Obabebu. Politicians, sometimes who tear or more political talk, so be real. Omoba, you wouldn't also be behaving as a rational being. Oh, he has 4-year mandate. Omo no make arguments, Omoba umbeto dompe. Once a politician, Omoba fufra, Omo language, no so Omabeto dompe, Omabeto. And we are appealing to all the supporters. Not necessarily NDC, all Ghanaians, especially the teaming unemployed youth now. There are plans in the air, hanging. Promises no one making up. Achiaso Emuye, this is his 2nd month. And the Yarisha said, up to the 6th month, almost the year, ne pepe better year. Now, even if they are not able to satisfy everybody, within the first 1 year, at least after 1 year and subsequently, everybody will be sorted along the line. Now look at how many.
What can I say? Yeah, appealing to what is the role of party executives or constituency level, regional level, national level? Because that's yes, the party office because it started with MTS, Mama NPP, near Koshi party head office, near Ashama constituency party office. Central the Utu as a futu, Omuko party head office, and I feel the headquarters, national headquarters. Is it that the party for Omu said in the end, say, President Mama paid the Waba, he needs time and more money pressure.
My sister, Ebinana, can Obia epe sorting out. What do you mean? I say, okay, I say at a point in Ukraino, yes, chairman, party chairman, Mr. Asedun Katia, Nibuefu, president, because office on Ukraine lists, presidents Ukraine lists. For so now president are sorted chairman list in Hebrew. By the 15 that president are sorted 30 29 kano chairman also possess still president are sorted 29 kano. Meanwhile, organizers who on the list, members of omo council, omo so omo list. Obia on the list. President Mahama Kra ne wife on the list. Nemba no obia so on the list. And appointment no so ne a few. Nipa ya kasa offer 60 pe. 60 pe o. President Mahama na abebi okwa sorry. Also no the list ba akwa na mienu beba. We di beba one person. He can't satisfy everybody. And after constituencies, there are 271 constituencies. Oh, in the
No, 76. 276, they say.
Exactly, 76, sorry. Now, there's only ministers, 60, including deputies. And the 200 constituencies. Obviously, they won't get some. Are you getting it? And the and within the party, constituency level, your chairman, your treasurer, your organizer, baby, and also multiply by 276. Numbers in the baby, where a party executives impo. Then you come to the full soldiers, and then financiers within the party. And sana schoolmate, classmate, area mate, and infant mate, journalist, a baby, and one person. It is impossible for you to sort everybody at the same time. Many who can say constituency chairman, ever winning back. And sana yasa wo omo call election na anye ya mo.
Parliamentary candidates on Muluzu,
Parliamentary we omo NDC omo so anye ya mo. And almost omo ye ma omo kra na ogu ne fie sisia no. Plus treasurer, organizer, obia per appointment. And they haven't been sorted. And the full soldier, no. Why will you even think, say, they will bypass your chairman, your general secretary, and other things, and come and attend to you now? And the politicians, no more no bra. Now potogum fiegum. Yes, you okay? NPP police for say a farm remo and farm remo recruitment. You push him alcohol. Immigration, you push him alcohol. Fire, you push him because I don't know more peace of mind, for them to also know say you are sorting grassroots. And yes, party, full soldiers, and so on and so forth. I remember Ghana no ever coupe. What may I say? Just say at a appropriate time, but I can assure them because me where I sit and meetings 1, 2 am I, at least even from your young girl, my best 6 months. Ghana has created jobs baby at the district level and constituency level. The youth no money with time, after 6 months, 1 year, there will be more job opportunities for everybody to be absorbed into the system.
Can't remember on that issue. Side jobs now. I'll come back because by the time I'm so channel 27th, I'm going to be so may take you me person will explain and Obama a problem. Prof, what do you think about that? Do you also agree say unnecessary pressure on the President Mahama when the party supporters storm headquarters say peduma? What qualification they have, we don't know.
If you are near the can in your Jumabia near this school and a year. A Jumabu one coast go to me ye a money ye. Ye name sir NPP time and Crawford, Sabe, Omo, a ton kube, a crowd which be a big national security. I any more.
I wouldn't wait for sure, bro.
Yes, I'm telling you on authority.
Okay.
And Crawford no more ton kube in a big national security. Echo ye, Juma. And
but can say Eduma be any certificate here. Okay.
Me can't say, Mammy, when me preamble and son of Maginas Wacas.
Okay.
Because I no mean to minka. Now, ya were Juma, Omo school bit me, aye. Omo, a Giania, Yadima, a school feeding program, a money baby, yebi. Ah, omutimi ya ne kama, enso onko school. Ye ma minimum omudi drama so masomi, omudi dwa kama. Omo moka. Enti wa dwuma ne bebre wo ho a onko school abetimi aye. Na eya ye me se enkrofo bi ehye youth na chi se oh ye ma me hwenti no mu ye deda. Yenim se ne ye chepost ye chepost obi ha otuma ye infograph kama ye dia base appoint ni say so na ya appoint no. Enti odi nunu nkrofo ahwese nunu system na ahwese asem nkrofo penasem nti president no hwe ho no nti politics no etatis no doso nkrofo ye ma be Mahama si ma bebre efia
But why would NPC people try to do that? Just say, oh, to be man for graphics.
I said, President Mahama, wait, and you both are man for idioms. Oh, yes, where you was, hey, when ya. Nothing, I draw my attention. Hey, I'm on for a person. I mean, we for Hanamano. So, and that is really baby because Obia Pemobra, it is a civil rights movement. Obia, they want to be in there. And Obua, only godfather. Obua, only Obia, can ask Mamano, and Toronto or crown, so the passo. No, I pay you for be, no, I pay 1,000 diamonds, the Munque de day. Nothing, Munka say, your mamma, because it is a booby. Thinking, said that it be baba. But you for the back corner, Sabi, Obua, one baby. And your back way, no, I cost a party, people scacre, oh, wako tu fan no wase no na ka foforo asa be den ya beto ho because constituencies no susika ni ho sa enti mesre senior council kai no president no ultimately satisfy obia position no 30 ministers unim say President Mahama is now presenting the youngest cabinet in our history. The average age of 48 years. So ebi 41, ebi 37, ebi young guys. And he believes in the youth. Now we can't Abeiku any KO in oneself. He believes in the youth. And my who trend now all can say, when who say when ye but o man up on a match or shall say didn't who are politics no. Send your people for a no. Because then people lose yes, young committee near crown for some Lusua, near Michael Co. Professor Michael Co. Say, oh no, many the young people were one betting me at their research. I could quite fast. But Professor Michael Co and the backward Lusu or baby Amity Domico Benya Hay. So, and Yakofan is the only lady non finding out how MPP lost. It doesn't make sense to me because the youth, the young people, can do a good research job. Only quantitative analysis, mixed method analysis to find out why MPP lost, not the older folks. Why MPP don't believe in the young folks, but President Mahama is setting an agenda. Why you pay center in a way, say, or the youth for no Ashisha baby, who could you travel 40-something years, who could you to school at secondary school and say 1999. Or the Sam George, Omane Boama, Yanya handy over Nooks, Emma Dr. Mahama. These are people. These are young people who are all used to him. He's setting the future of NDC. He said, older folks, Mama Yebi. But it's time he said, you better build the future around this. You know, I'm moving in a position I can see. And that is a new face of NDC. And young people in free NDC hall. Say, oh my youth no choir or energy, or new idea, technology, AI, those things minimum bet build it. Baobeko minister be when the base 65. And you're moving idea. Baobu wa fena computer no be E or he F or he. Why what computer? Well, and you want to bet me advise these guys on the board say, okay, may advise you say send the MBA because experience here. Penny for say said your penny in our way. And you also didn't experience man, now young people know the AI, new youth, digital marketing, because that is the future now.
But Rob, do you think that with the team now, President Mahama said to be like you're saying the youngest cabinet, the youngest set of ministers, no? Do you think necessarily that will amount to success?
A solid team because one over 4 years, but and a 4-year journey, you are looking for number one, will be a lawyer to you, and the two, or buy into your vision. And some of these older folks, and I told me, now because the ego, who may be part in the President Mahama, and to look for no bay or how I do Casama, on Tion and Yapaso about over 4 years, but and I think, sir, because of all 4 years in Tino, also leave legacy. And Tino, unya you for more energy, Nanya Becca Bia, Modia could draw near what day acquire Jumana, you bring your resource quicker within the 4-year period, Thing will be a Sebi and then the Jonku or Chinese Sisi and then a higher ya. And to only to fear no advisor, no advice president, and also because I do here back of so I think it's this is the Ghana should go because Africa is the only continent. You what 65% under the age of 35 of the population. So we are the youngest continent in the world. But Yansu is the only continent. All our leaders are older people. So the problem was I didn't think younger folks in the world. a continent with 65% of the population under the age of 35. Every old people on president. Now President Mahama is changing the scenario.
Okay.
And the narrative said, let's give the youth the chance because they can also deliver.
Okay. But Prof, let me be sorry, I'm going to talk council, but this issue is very pressing. Do you think, sir, what kind of President Mahama? I initially in my intro, I said a lot of people are being attracted to NDC because young people see that NDC line is shorter, MPP there. Do you think this can be a threat to MPP for?
And it's just how MPP near brand this in a bed joining.
And then I'm making.
We be July swana. Yabeka chose, Mina watch party da. Yan ye party ni baha, and you know, a new into your bedia 12 years on Casada or Parliament. And a war fast. Sanya kind, Nana don't call for our mobile and advices. Shabusian for no mugu embassies. So, who bought yes, Asiano. Now, as against we are from different regional balance there. Which is really good because and you be an abusu and need a godfather and now you're and that's all politics. But on why you didn't Juma as I see a recognizes Sadi and that's what President Mahama is doing. It is certain NDC why you're there.
Okay.
So Nana Boro no bo a higher do, so what is hanging now? And a higher desk. Now we MPP near no one who say horning yet there. Go crack one quan your mom channel youth no. Not what the white being inside just a 1 year could do 60 and answer. Not just a whatever baby no 1 year and son a party not recognize you. Obika, I say, or such a man supposed to say, I think your market we need primaries. I will win it back. No more different in some. Ekatan is said, or be a 1 year and almost or nature no or my dinner, and my finger friend almost soon yet. And somebody man Pacron because no more plan from a Massadi Pacron minister. So, but then this is yes, I didn't see. So we near young fruits, lion be any hot, or bande, that's all personal contest. Now, work card, now join a party, no be any so you're true member of NDC on the mouth. So that kind of equity, no, Wama Obia rising. So I think that is a very good thing. MPP should learn from that cue.
Okay. And the council, do you think that the problem can NDC ahead and it's attracting more youth and it's a threat to MPP for a
Okay. Thanks for the opportunity on this particular subject matter. You see, as you look at it, Siciano, that's what.
Hello, council. And council check the internet, mommy, because they say I am the internet no article. But prof, because me can't tell say, or say it's unfair because prof, only abema prof jump only kwebumu. My Juma sign, she was watching you on TV3 near the office. I was also you do the list, no said the can say this why then. No, I was saying president no list, no. Some people are also pushing for you. See, I found a list, no. Emmanuel who was saying Anadu gave more youth than Mahama. It's any truth. The prof say NDC ahead. Nanado Krama more youth opportunities in his government than even NDC for.
Okay.
Do you? I don't know if you have anything to say about that. See.
Let's accord this support because ministers, deputy minister for Nanado, they compare age, Now compare near President Mahama for NDC, then you can be the judge.
Okay. And the one who so personal support to argument and Nanado more youth opportunity now for data. How many youth were in Nanado's government, cabinet level, and even deputy ministerial level? Because Prof. Average age of Mahama cabinet in say 48, which means only a fairly young. Compared to MPP 4 and MPP 4 baby. Also support your argument here who said say sanity and answer against sanity. Now, okay, me read you message. I say we cannot continue that. In fact, any question I make also no. Say, is it a trend that we should support? Say party supporters. Ever storming a press headquarters so and some of them they cannot even read and write. But here they are demanding jobs. It be a qualification be any day koye. But that
Mr. Wo, I am no more cast will be to me reading on track. Ya mammy no more to be dear, or more moton weche, or more moton gabins near you, baby, to me reading on right you. Me when this platform be swa. Just a why o record o voice. Inti o kasa na man 40. But ni pani bet media ye juma amana ye, and said you will be to reading on right here. And then just said, ontimi nya adwuma bia ye wa adwuma bebre wo ho a wo security job say wa ba no abetena ho na ohwe uba wa bie gate na wo kwa wasan to gate no onhia degree na wa ye sa adwuma eno ane se gate no ba wa bie ohu se ka ba wa be check no wa bie o sua na okọ enti aya mumma ye nyi ye nuanam obi wo ho a on course oye carpenter ontimi right akonya obeye no what they compare obi a ono akosu kra ontimi nye
exactly
profo a omni paper certificate but if you answer no adwuma na adwuma obeye no man kwan a obetumi aye nyema bebre mumma ye nyi omo because omo so bunya essence o ma bia no human capital as a talent no and you develop ye me hwe obi a ne passion obi wa ade a oye no owo passion obi wa wo draw onimu akenkan eno oni ba se no beti fire drawing no ye hwe ne yetime boa nipa kra obetime e de aboa enti aya momye reading and writing per enjeje obi because
if I prof my broche wa de ba pa me ko my broche me hu ye omo ye handyman no omo ye sanu djuma mo bebre kra make more money
exactly
make more money check at for the office no
university ana me kire dean na ho na ni kunu onko school da oye handyman ebi a bricklayers aha yaka so professor ya wako ware obi oye mason uti bi da we ha but abrochire si da bia emfa ho ne ba bia nipa okura ne nsa no adwuma omunye sika omomye cleaning ya wo fie mu na yi onye sika ehu nya se wako school aduru akire ba adwuma no timi ye ne yi a anything Martin Luther King Jr. says even who proud bonten kra ni ye kosi se ubu ebeka se na papa bi te ha na wo pray yesin obi a
that's true
yakwe se Audrey for no ampra ho yi a ho be bon sabe enti doctor ntimi meye na adwuma nurse ntimi meye na adwuma obi aye na adwuma ukona toilet ni so aye basa abeda wa adwuma ba Audrey na ko clean wa ma wa ye kama enti misramo mo me mfa obuo ma mo man ko sko mo ntimi reading writing because almost won yo betimi aye e de abo man
no cause na me busa this question here na o de abam me ha
very good na be say anytime many opportunity bia me na me dwana na do fucking but the mere fact say otumi share teacher training allowance no so ka na me try do training college e fan crofo fam pa wo college sa allowance no na je nyoma mo pa and there's one thing I like about Nanado ono our stubborn heart be in the stubbornness no e con a positive way say mean Ethiopia sa dey we na measure na be favor the country na e ono ya na me pepa e bit say stubbornness to restore the allowance stubbornness to also implement the free SHS no
okay
much as expert we saying say a difficult you bebre na akwane say papa is excellence say no chinchina no an me and I okay even COVID time and now if you say na ya ho anya you know and people were like papa we obenya scan when they are way and so on my free water free electricity you see I'm the kind of person penny pana sem krana the mere fact why are they positive back home you know give him that credit who you are no crucified what me I say one thing I didn't like about him more regarding about NPP, the man failed woefully or disappointed NPP as a party 150%. In that, Senior Kufuor, President Kufuor, Ebechechere party now involved will be from various regions anyway near them. Nana Dunyamba Pe, yes, another factor. And that was the beginning of the suffering of MPP. And I was so shocked because Alan Chamantin had his followers, Osalayo Munina, even to the extent that President Kufuor, the idol of MPP and darling boy for Ghana because democracy by we JJ fewer. Also, but to two Nyoma Baby, President Kufuor cross sideline, the phone. And it's like, baby, I say, another factor. You won't be given an appointment. And the man did that for a solid 8 years. You see, to the extent, say, Honorable Patrick Boamamina, share the way on pen and once, profitable in the or calm anyway. Because no one President Kufuor nam the boy anyway. Second, yes, Dabby, we don't do that. We don't do that. And this is a political party. You can't say only family members near than for but let me the NPP leadership also because you have a party. It is a president Ukraino is neglecting some people. You as a party, you can put him to order. To the point say Mr. Kenoforiata and then Gabi Ochidako in a rule of mine now. And if you want something done in this country, you have to see these two people and now Mr. Bedi too. It's about to say only party members, family members, and on my over 30 million citizens. You see, more 3 or 4, no, rule the entire country. Obia can be a moon anywhere near there. And that is why you do sooner Jojo Ufuriatano, Obi Peso Beckham Biamano, except party members now, because of what they went through. To the extent that for the first time, NPP MPs, numbering over 90, had to tell Mr. President, said, President, Ghanaians are complaining. My finance minister, no, baby, no, just so we can also have our peace of mind to campaign and make sure NPP wins power. Sir, President Nanti, and people said they predicted him rightly, said, Did you get the point? At the end of the day, he still didn't listen. And Mr. Furiata too wouldn't advise himself. He was also there for a very long time. And see, when people in psychology, they have what they call learned helplessness. If at a long period of time, people want to see change, and they are not seeing the change, they become helpless and they give up.
And then someone I know President Koka or former President Kufuor Koka on Nigeria say demonstration here at the end of man government and popular and you know because they're okay. Attitude. And yet
of course, and the fact that he sidelined people he thought were not in his camp or in his book, which is not fair. Usha at the last minute, now Honorable Kennedy Japan was in the fray to contest for flag bearership. Then it also became the Nanado factor and then Ken factor. Into wow, Ubako praising Nanado factor. Then they reward you. Yeah, my ministers at the last minute because they went to campaign for Baumia, you say, in favor of Nanado. And then they spoke against Kennedy Japan along the line. And on the weekend, but I want Ghanaians also to put it in perspective. Say, and then you feel that MPP wasn't appealing. And then you are being unfair to the other MPP members now. They have already been sidelined and they wanted change and they didn't get that opportunity. Now that I think Nanado is off the hook and then it's not part of the system, they should forgive the others who were sidelined and then give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but Council, I know that Prof. Sochira was saying, with what NBC is doing, the youngest cabinet, NPP survive or even to 2028 a bad problem. They may not even come. Because the young people deliver that would be the end though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, sir. That is why I'm saying, sir. If people don't situate it and put it in perspective, sir, and yeah, all MPP membership. But a regime based on one particular person, I didn't see the need to involve everybody and sideline them along the line. And it's kind of like, Nanado more advantage over the other persons within the MPP party because Nanado has gotten what he wanted. He wanted to be president. He wanted to sort out his friends and family members, and he has gotten all that. Do you get it? Unfortunately, at 30 other right-thinking members they also by circumstances found themselves in the MPP party. So Ghanaians should forgive those people and see them also as part of the victims, rather than being part of the system.
Of the problem.
Of the problem.
But can you say that Mahama is also playing the same game? Because people have also said, people have sent me a message, almost say, hey, Yeah, my appointment, me pen no mas send me flyer. No say, Mahama, you or funny promo for. Where Mahama Hunipa, where Mahama Nuya, where Mahama Nuya, when the baby mama, where we say. It is President Mahama also trading on the same level. Na ne Kufuado Kona, and Bibi or betting I can say, on your careful, no, and yet President Kufuado mistakes in Diana.
To be fair to President Mahama, at least while lucky, he doesn't have the fashionism in the system. We don't hear anything of JJ factor, this factor, or Asidu and Katia factor, and so on and so forth. That alone is a plus for him. And in his appointment, much as Ebimwe be anyway, it is an American. Are there 276 constituencies multiplied by 50 in every constituency? 50 well qualified people in every constituency. He can satisfy everybody. But the key guys, exuberant and youthful guys now, play a role. No, what to me absorb your munina? Oh, the lights of
John Dumelo say who has been appointed in OT. John Dumelo can one person Kofi Adams. Because now they tell me that question. People think that Mama Crow move for doors or government than other areas. There should be regional balance.
Maybe, and that's why I'm saying we should be fair to him in a way, because when we say OT, say OT no, now the Neamblica Court was in Volta region. Do you get it? And a Volta no share at least was sort of in ministerial positions, key positions, and then also CEO positions. So no Volta for Nenya Bebre. And a Volta also OT one a small region. And now politically, we don't have many of them in governance. The only person I fair to say in the Menimia Konya Bino is Fred Agbeyon.
Okay.
Wow, Fred Agbeyon. Once also a key member in NDC. But along the line, also in fighting for a more internal party primaries anyway, along the line, I'm sort of follow off the radar of Ifikwete, and then maybe I see you get here. Oh, and by not being lucky, maybe he didn't also fall on the right side of the Mahama. And at the end of the day, Fred Agbeyon and Sisiano, what travel for Tom Kwamuno, or Nuna. Name was a way play key role because time 2012 in he played a very key role in NDC. It's rather unfortunate said this time Monanka opportunity Abamano. Osha say also no MP or key MP was so first MP. So I was thinking say Kawaya lucky now or some OT region. Can you many Yanka baby? He missed out in the ministerial, and then he missed out also in deputy ministerial position. Maybe President Mahama is listening to your show, and then maybe after your show they will put him somewhere to pacify the people of OT, disregarding all his wrongs, and now say we put you in answer and now we. He has been a major key.
I mean, question at Prof. Can Prof say Mahama young people, fairly young people change Ekufuado annoying?
Pacha Manti honey.
What's the President Mahama young people change President Ekufuado?
Yes, you see, and also now it's all part of some friends and crony concept. I mean, growing up, Mr. Akoto, near Greek minister, no. Yes, they were childhood friends for a very long time. And now, Mr. Is it Osafo Mafu? And also along the line, no one if you bomb because President
health minister, friends and cry. The Okonya COVID now, no so only COVID no. When they were the people found themselves in government.
No, sir, no, on your muro, on your mujele, in those times. And it's a what banner, Nipane Tifie, Usha Wadam for one and one of some way. I mean, those kind of, well, unfortunately, no, and also now he let him down along the line. Because he first sort of where madam for childhood way and so on and so forth. Disregarding the fact that there are more youthful guys who equally play key roles in NPP in getting into power. He disregarded all these people. Now, JM saw the need and said, no, the way Nanado sideline these active guys, and no, adding a down for Aban. And to me, let me look at these active guys, youthful and active guys, who equally play major roles in my government. Because about election, propaganda, these aged people and retired people, they are not that active to go on radio, to go on television, to go and campaign. So the way Anna Okujetua Black on radio, TV, Jata George Monia, the role they play during the campaign and so on and so forth. These elderly people couldn't have done same. What may I say? So if Nipane fighting, and it's like they have the basic to set near profile can to the beer, near the beer and a certificate in a year. But luckily for JM, all the people he has appointed, they also have certificates. Ebimu had issues with the health minister. Say Akando, well, yet the post kakaka at the man, but the man is more than qualified. At least a graduate along the line. But merely because of Mufi said no, so radio ne winning as if for the identity. The first maybe the inclination is more of Syria callers and that such a person shouldn't deserve a position. But also along the line, when they needed people to go on the battlefront, they were there to assist the party. In imbalancing the region, when we say no, and come the way by a health minister. But you're sorting voter dada, you're sorting north dada, you're sorting here dada. Then let me fall in central region or western region. I have nobody. The person that qualifies and is next in line, hey, Akando, let me put him there. Because I can't leave somebody like Akando. You get my point? That said, another youthful and young person, at the same time, female person, Ghanaian first said she's been left out 100% is Zanato. Oh,
yes,
Zanato.
me can say. Zanato is a doctor. I think health ministry at least between Akando and Madame Bumomi, or just a make us a crowd, but between Zanato and Akando, maybe Zanato would have been, but I think Zanato, so over the years, okay, I wasn't for this shit politics money campaign. She's also let herself down. And also you have
she hasn't. She as Zanato, I hear a lot for this party, especially. It is for nothing. So we caught 3 times. So, and this time, the president also rewarded Omwa Parliament. To Ubia Wachebe 3 times. They put them ahead of the others. And Zanato, because we are also fighting for gender balance, and qualification, and for the mere fact that or a founder's daughter, made them feel said. In memory of the founder, they could have given this lady a befitting position. J.J. Rollins in his grave will say, in my absence, at least me back NPP. That alone is a negative. It's a negative point for me in JM's government. But internal politics and propaganda, baby. For Obifi said JJ 80 and also some time passed. Into Sadia and the Banoso and suffer the consequence. Into sending Dinkra a poppy up. Obibaka Kuji, no what to watch baby. Eventually, Abe affected as an actor. I felt, it wasn't the best. They could have gotten a very key position for the lady to encourage the youth, the up and coming ones. And for the mere fact that J.J. Rollins slept one, came out and said, okay, I'm in transiting into democracy. Let me form a party called National Democratic Party. In my absence, at least reward my daughter also for
okay. I think Janet also must do well to show that she's herself. She has contributed because you can't continue to rely on 7 and year founder. especially when the founder kind of left the party. And well, okay, yeah, founder also was not a fan of Mahama. Because if you remember the famous Anakrodu interview on Asempa, where she said that Professor Samuel Tukofa and Mahama, we treated him with kid gloves, meaning that they prefer Mumuni to Mahama. And that also is there, underlying current. About Prof, what do you think about the only Abeiku? That would be a dent on Mahama presidency.
There were inside information about a couple of individuals minting Fantiga.
Okay.
And let's be fair to President Mahama. Krofobu of actually Emma Mubibi. Emma penning for party nuko huni pa or be rejected near the mom so perfect.
Oh, okay.
This is why. And Bibi who are not a year behind the scenes, you know. Party penning for etnaso. For assemble penny between the nurses to say. Yama will be ente. Na momo enkrofo a manfo bo mu di ne bebre ho a obu a ya be ma ne bibi o se bia me mpewei na me pewei mom ba ne yes ye de no am be foforo nti eno nso ye possibility bet me look at it from different perspective.
But prof what you see em bisa say mo unu ya be ma council say e friend say family and friends dokro na na do pa no ka ho ne ma ne aban ne ye popular nye say demonstrate. But do you see the same family and friends to Abem? Because just now I'm tell your president in here, she's in government. They are people who are friends of President Mahama. They are all they want your position.
Yeah, Mahama, you are any cousin.
And that's a Ghana, they any cousin no the local language. O cousin Yonia.
Joyce.
Brody never said the word cousin.
Joyce, aid to the presidential advisor and aid. Joyce in your Minister of Finance and Minister of Interior. Gabi asam kai na Gabi post ani achiche obi na nya Gabi na achiche post. Gabi don e powerful.
But Gabi Joyce don e powerful, any Joyce na achiche post no.
And I say me ba wasama kan me you ano. E bi mo ho na wo ka say a lot of people with northern names. Adi say hu ni say President Mahama for Northern Region. Next speaker if Northern Region. We say speaker if which part of the Northern Region. There were over 5 to 7 different parts or regions of the north. And language wise, location wise, they are not the same. So and he said, Yama will be to send me in or Kopoko Yama because or Yama Santini Bakwa. Ebia Nami yet me Santi region by Fricofodia. Well, and Timumian put it that into perspective because it be enemy I can want some and I miss Mabusan Yache we say.
But yes, argument now. Well, that argument is not fall flat because the same argument I'm going to say family and friends. Why are you happy? There were Achim people, they were not directly related to a Kufuado. Every assume her baby, and one of my no him. But one can say family and friends. I'm or not to be another side of Eastern region. But Achim caucus or Achim mafia no. People who cast Joyce there, there are 5 different parts of the northern region. The same thing even people said Achim mafia.
Achim no ya wo yehu amwakwata oforiata a friend is saying osafuma santipedia tu ya wo Papa ya me ye book launch our chair in 2017 attachia Omunyina every similar area.
Yeah, but prof, any different areas of Achim.
So my argument I mean say say you cast an offer, you were 5 different regions and a one and you obi free upper east, obi free upper west, obi free Savannah, obi free Tamale Central. They are not the same people in the same. That is the argument that I'm making. And obi kasa no free ni kromunso. Well, on free the chromosome, among Kakasa Bako, and almost the same.
Now, Achim the resume, among the bomb at the same place. And so assume, and so a friend, Kede and so a buapa.
Now the deba and a cocoba umanya crop former.
Mahama, they don't move in different places.
Any crop former in any cocoba in your crop former, and to say of free sumo, so a chim, a chimbusumro, so a chimabuapando from a chim for. But me better said that argument, you can compare it to there, Obi free upper west, Obi free upper east, Obi free, those kind of there were 5 different regions that Omon Kakasakro. Free baby crop, completely different people. And he said, Dino, and I would say Muslim name. I've been told by Tanko Mohammed for the Zongo Koko say, even Mahama position, the Zongo people, the Zongo Kokos, will be a you on my free. As we saw here, there are a lot of northern names. But then the typical Zongos are saying that the Zongo Kokos, there's not even a single person. Obiswa complained to me, says some of the CEOs no free voter region. They are votarians in Accra, only constituency BI or voter region. How do you also reconcile that one? And you can't satisfy Obia in politics. But what I'm saying is the northern region, what is happening there as a man for TSC and he said there are completely different regions with different people until you kasa almost the same place. And the essence of Muninakuta said how was that dintino? And you also the same people are. That is not the case.
Okay. Okay, but when are we arguing about young people? No, Mahama doing well in taking young people. I said young people using a rolling started babies with sharp teeth. So how should Mahama be careful? Say what? Because somebody sent a message say young people need babies who exhibited their arrogance at the appointment committee.
If you are John Mahama, idea me power and say one way humble humility idea. Young University. Now many Professor Tom Tibido, one of the friends that. Or your best leadership professor in US. Tom can speak for 5 hours or more when he's in the office and next to me. And we decided to design 2 courses, 1 on homelessness and 2 on humility. Obi oya humble biano, ne ho ye fe. Na ka che so ho fe, also o me da ase. Onu anim se ne ho ye fe, but onka e wo bi anim. E fe humility. Unim se ade no wo, but wonka. Ghana na ya na obi wo ha wo confidence a. Nkrofo interpret say or arrogant. And there's a difference between a confident person and an arrogant person.
Okay.
And to side in a year, Obuwa or Kasa with Nimdia or war, and then just say or arrogant. President Mahama different between one and another. Say Mahama bet me Abunani Abu Adebiso any obi. It doesn't matter political party or ufi. Any wedding komo ajiwajin. But you heard ni ananado every year. Obi said, Prof, Mahama is nowhere humble.
No, okay. Don't respond to them, Prof. Don't respond to them.
As I know, but minim send your one nafa because if you idea about kuna minim from psychology. Say me what way Obi Shan was Prof. Now what you say? And maybe I make a what TV so and I say maybe I said be passionate about leadership. And maybe I send you make a son whom in a bear who say, maybe I say not here. And a bear what James the person or cast said, but who now say, or a different person. Mahama, obeti mi abunani agusa we NPP ni o, we NDC ni o, we why o criticizing na obe taking in good faith. Ono be yejuma. Say ye ka omo wo NPP mu a, ni yesi omo ye Alan fashion the way they were treated by Nanadwa. By the same party. Do you remember say Aqua Safari na economic year omukosia? Then the NPP people were even saying, say, yeah, Kwame Pianima or yeah, economic guru.
Yeah, already.
Nano did not allow that from his own party. And how vindictive can you be? Say, Obi or party, no one who contested. Now we're winning. Now we need a fed you. Obi or dinner keep Yabe or Tamfo. And Obi or Alan, yeah, man, away. So, and not the Chichemu bar, a year NPP move, but Yamek even could 4 cramp on an and crop for Casamwa. Now went yet, and none
I can be no.
Mahama, what that last we say, or per se or ne Obia Juma, because Nana Yajan to our president office, or your CPP ni what? Only Kwame Gentu and as many Kwame Gentu a program Friday BO TV3. Nimiano no, obviously before the Gentu as a CPP. A year Juma, Mahama ni you free a year Juma, Esan say, leadership, a your character in action. Mutiani ye. Leadership character in action. Nanado Suban and you who won the leadership. Mahama Suban, you who won the leadership. Rollins is Suban, you who won the leadership. And it's the same when we say you for no. or facing out the older generation, not the youth for naba. Now, abeye the future of NDC because that you know a youth no. And it's a mom sa kwenye that's what to me a perform here. And that word is powerful, the power of if. So much to me a perform here. I bet my youth for ni nyina nya just me gire me huku me homa party ya. Me so me nya
baby.
It's an honor to serve. And idea we pay sika be it's just an honor to serve. Once I was you know, betting ya moment ye. But you also public service ye sika na be pay dia. Ubegu hu ani mase. It's an that about the show mu. Afa be wi se wako wi sika that is corruption. Ye begu ani mase. Anas be ba be chew. Because as uncle ye chew so begu ani mase. Na wo ko na minim perfect nia Mahama history one there. So we are there now we need ya only 1 year and 2 years kwana so obere shafu obe you because omo wo bench no a omo wo me up no e do so say mo am wo park no so it don't perform Mahama be you unlike Nanado a enkrofo bebe tina ho 7 years last minute and already answer number be Ministry of Finance e dey enkrofo be shit but now you too late so
yeah we are to say any reshuffle kra wanye
awo wanye wan fi obia
the yanko budget no so briefly
if you mama JM and settle down.
Yeah.
A month for the heat goodness so it means
that and obi sending me video before I try them cry for doom so now say doom so
I know
most people I'm trying for doom so no.
Mr. NPP are desperate in opposition because 2 months is they would nyambutre. Yeah, Mama Mahama months to 1 year. Na fe yes because one can he or criticism one catch him for voter region say na bind there bibi hawa catch no bibi yeah Mahama do open say very open and collaborative me one thing I'm no Nanado wasn't open he wasn't collaborative with people including MPs 96 MPs omukase omumpe oforiata no one few and in feature kwan so no ebinim kra ne ye mancrophobia sika say omunkotu omumfi MP so it's an open secret.
FB boy classic
example. Oh yeah. Because for dia, me akoso ba dia. Enti nya he ka ni say enya NPP per se party no na asem ba ho. But Nanado leadership style and affect party no say na council ka ya adwen. Nanado leadership style enya NPP na amanfo ni mti. Eni esan se bi NPP ni a omo enya kobokru anfi NPP for 8 years. Kosi NPP call ayi and the business why yes time mama na busu adi peche wa MPP num na di jade animu na nenam and this there obi abe di peche it is how you youth na opese ukọ wanim a yes obra na beka en ho NDC nya chichiro man na nye
yeah and I don't think a slogan I think it can be worrying at a point council won need it obi abe di peche any corruption e encourage you know
answer one na and o kan yonko da obi timi so eje so sabia koye na sa o wa me
obi abe didi peche
obi abe didi peche ni chese obi anso sabe kona no and this ye ndidi nja obi anso be sabe kona no enye
nipa the wrong president what are we promoting say obi aba politics so obi didi peche ana
da binya sa na tie peche ni say yamambo no obi anso sabe kona no e san say ye be ye no say obi abenya adwuma 24-hour economy adwuma be ye no adwuma youth ye pese youth no obi anya adwuma na so timi ba ko homa afia awreho sema me ba ko Ghana say obi akọ university na wawie na wabeti na fie 7 years no nya adwuma nye na kra ana na bre wa odi ni ko school no just was na bosom na da no pa bia no wo man sika se fa kotoko nom enti ama boys nyina ye games omo ye gaming my bet and nyama ebi no tramo because omo ye desperate but ye bad for adwuma ya me giri se ebe ma oman no adwo no obi aso nsa akona no enti ye ka se obi abedidi pecha e kire se wotu benya adwuma sakowa no na wa hwe ho ene wabusu
your council what do you think
yeah
so I think I encourage you na obi abedidi pecha ni afanko budget ni
okay all kind in perspective sir wedding can say you for no almost blame JM already and maybe by way of prof reassuring the youth say I mean some of the political jargon is enough to relax the frustration like over the youth in the system. Now, back to the discussion on board. I feel, sir, and taking it from where Prof left it off, sir, you make a conscious effort. Now, you to make create more jobs. Wow, at the my youth now, and the piano, yeah, discuss here. But at the end of the day, you don't see anything happening politically and then from the top. We just appealing to authorities and leadership, say, this time around, there should be deliberate efforts, conscious efforts, say, this is what I want to do to create more jobs for the youth. Now, these are some of the ways. When Nkrumah was around, he made sure, say, by way of creating jobs, it also meant, say, then let me make conscious effort, build more factories. We see one factory pair, at least I'm funny by 50-20 there. The factory will absorb such people. And by so doing, some are in the production aspect, some are also in the buying and supply, because you buy things and so on and so forth. You are still creating employment for some people. They are also into construction. The government, Nkrumah's government, was more into constructing this, constructing that. And also by so doing, it created jobs indirectly for most of the youth also. If our leadership...
So is that what you're expecting to see in the budget? First budget,
yeah, of course. These are some of the things we want to see. So government is building or constructing this at such a place. This is agenda 111 year. Mahama will continue. At least to me continue. It will create jobs in the various places. And there should be conscious effort this time around. Abeiku to focus more money in our Greek sector. Every region in Ghana, every constituency, every district, at least if there is farming, conscious effort to go into farming there. All the people in the villages, all the people at the district level will have the means to at least produce some maize, produce some cassava, produce some tomatoes, produce things that at the end of the day, it will put food on our table. It's not just about unemployment too. Unemployment, creating more hardship in the system. What people will eat in a single day is a problem, even for university graduates. So they will be calling every now and then, can I have 50 Ghana? Because the whole day, I'm sure the Ghanaians or more boy girlfriends must suffer in the hands of their girlfriends, because every now and then the girl will text them, say, I haven't eaten since morning. I haven't eaten since morning. If you are prophet there, or a fresh boy or US and there, such messages there, almost sending it.
I'm proud of it. So when you say, no, I tried to invest. They say, academic investor, I did know.
Yeah, it can be at the astray, but on a more serious note, their hardship is real because there are no jobs created. Anytime our government, be NPP, NDC, want to make the effort in creating jobs, then they will come and announce NYEP, sometimes names in change, baby. NY, then the normal youth. At the end of the day, it comes back to youth employment. But because I am politically motivated, what is we are seeking na system? No say, yenche Emma youth no, and yen KTB my youth. At the end of the day, it comes back to the same politicians, CEO no, and then the ones at the ministry. They pump the money in there. No one can assign a coach. If you are not restricting me home, not to mention the but Prof. Why may can't you see no so just so because of our American or also better. Ghana say, oh, but Ghana they had a Prof. for moment appointment. Prof. Ghana party.
For a long time.
Ghana for a long time. Or call holidays to Abroche Keke.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, Prof, we had the end of moment appointment maybe by close of next week because also I activism for a very long time. I mean, it gets to a time people with requisites.
And I want to say Prof contested were a Nikromo or Kofodia.
Oh, that mean recently.
Oh, this election year primaries.
Okay, primary, yeah, because election they also got two about one way. Also got two about. And ahead of time, no contest.
No, contest and Casan or to Abano or contest.
I mean, so no, mafia, no Ghana Sana system. Yes, it is. But there comes a time, I feel say at least Nipano are prepared no home for a very long time. I mean, professor will search knowledge anyway. We have to go with a political divide and those lines because at the end of the day, honestly, when you be able to me, Abua. At least once I want an inclination to JM by all means, so honestly, bet to me.
What is the number one thing I said budget for to me reading it and the question maybe Friday? What is the number one thing that you want to see? Because of pressure, you know, NDC youth, the my president. Ghana for I do some pressure, they man. What I want high expectation if you look at 1.3 million extra votes that President Mahama. There's pressure on you. Me was what's the number one thing? Do you think Obey E-Levy, Obey announces E-Levy, or E-Levy at any edition? You see?
Yes, no, you see, and no, I bear be to say promise I will make it to Ghanaians. Wow. Politics, you know, so oh yeah, now on the campaign front, you know, when we say opponent, the strengthening, and then you can do things differently. Now, Abua, of course, the president had campaigned on E-Levy. The first thing Ghanaians want to see it out. Say E-Levy, you know, encore out. He can't fail. And the promises be what promising Ghanaians, no fee said hardship. It was bringing untoward hardship to Ghanaians, you know, because citizens no more baby. And then the president says, ABC. Ebema Mohua here near in Abafom. And it is to solve the problem in Ghana. Then hardship and I want to be and the issues about taxes anyway near the end they were promising. My advice is that he should carry through with his promise. But then another thing so I will want to see as a youth, this unemployment issue now, you know, I'm appealing to the president. Said attention kakra enko. At the end of the day, we create ministry for youth youth empowerment and development. Why not being said youth now we create a full ministry in the Sanka budget year next month. At least of the Osebeye yo na wama finance no be youth sector. What may I say? Earmark towards creating more jobs for the youth, earmark towards alleviating poverty, and then also reducing the unemployment rate now. I think it will be a good feather in his cap. And the teaming unemployed people now almost forming the full soldiers, you know, through the youth ministry. If more opportunities created for them, a bit to me absorb it. All the food soldiers now, they feel said they didn't get any employment and so on and so forth. So that is one basic thing I wish to see in the budget.
They are missing some of the words now. Oh, can I don't know if you can restart machine so that you can make a quick one on the budget.
Is it stable now?
No, I said freezy. Say we're freezy. Okay, now it's working. Restart mommy. Prof, your take on the budget. What is your expectation? Because President Bay levy a few or announce betting tax everyone. Some of the things are promising. Are we to expect it? And we shouldn't expect anything yet.
And there will be a friend of 50-30-20 rule. Now, no, I sika ube put 50% of sika no idea we here, which and your friend need, you know, no put 30% or idea friend want. Now we put 20% on the savings. And ya idea be here, near maybe a while as I see yet it is so. to say Crawford, see you say mom, garden boy, no watch mine, necessity, say it so. There's a difference between needs and wants. I dear Ghana for here's a say, and say, yes, standard of living, I say, improve no. Ghana for we brasitinamu and yet, into your hasitinamu at Waba. Now, as I say, Omano, and as a budget, you wanna Ghana for asitinamu kuye. Better than a kuye, and you inflation. Yani IMF for doing comma, your target, and say, we are reducing inflation to about 11.5%. Inflation idea or your crom 4 hours show will be a bottom. Esan say, Wakoto cement, young fan is 50 Ghana cedis. Or channel choir, you say 60. The same cement in the go on Yatoso. You better to so, sir, and increase in production be any, but prices now increasing. And you know, I say, when I want some can. Food inflation, so as some I say, I want some case.
These things that you are promising us, a better inflation will be a major.
Because projections, you know, according to IMF, no, your projections say you hear about $75.76 billion. You be here, a year income. Because budget in your income, I be here, not for your expenditure. Near bit me a save. And you see, says you can acquire
$75.76 billion.
Yes.
Your project is here. Most of the we levy if you want. Where are you going to get the money?
There are many ways internally bit me a generating income. And it is up to the government to internally generate income. And you told to buy one of the areas. You say tobu to Nkwana, Sika Yenyano, every man, then easy. Send any pabone for normal ticket be old ones, normal the normal for new ones. But I say, yeah, the technology about Amabila no more, the way mom, no road safety, yes, technology. Can be a baby champion, you base with technology. I'll bet you are tobu. I bet who number of cars I'll be chum, any tickets at the we are using technology to collect toll booths now. I bet you internal money. There are a lot of ways they bet me you go the young of where we wouldn't gala say Quasica for your film. Any you're gonna go the fan chen baby young for it is your money minerals. Anything as a medium phenomenal minerals and see to me a pluggy host now what these areas necessary kana individuals you go bottom and to talk here any years here to Sikaguno. Yet yes, you says kana. Make sure but you bet me at the SCC hospitals, any schools. Yeah, near my year, Ebema will be answering a kakra.
And question about estimated because over the years, Ghana Tobu Tinema is Capapabia. Ilami was giving us 4 times the money from the toll booth. And to do any for 2 toll booths, so you will not get 11 kind of Sikano. Prof, he has 75.76 billion.
Yes, that is the money.
Yes, Sikano.
If you are budget your projections into your project when you be here. Nothing expenditure so you better so because your income and expenditure and your budget. Now when your profit and loss. And your income I when according to IMF Sika be here ni $75.76 billion. Now based on that money no yeah baby you be Sika you know say internally you see generate Sika your cocoa your manganese or bauxite Sikani baby or efa individuals in some and quite buying ho. And the quan ben your befa so I be plug sa holding in a sika ko individual and semono and ko na beba buy ho ni nyina dia bo man ho bra and no you be di huju you be use technology me am making sure say the right people are the right places sir chrono ni dream ye nim say national service kwa nipa ghost names in kwa na wo ho ni sika na e ko individual botom onipa ba akofo bosomi bia ghosts over 40,000 ghosts. I will soon be a normal sign. Kofi Asareka said, if you are a young one, say, yes, say, not ghost name, now you hear you dinner film, no, not ghost names in ghosts in be our Ghana card.
Now, on your ghost. Because so far, my allegations, so nobody has been able to establish in any court time, these are the ghosts, ghosts in here. Sikase no maje enti
enche kwa sika ebetimi anya film say ye ni year ye su technology a fuel your petrol ho your gold ho your cocoa your bauxite your manganese sika ya won enye bi na Britain no mo sika ya won enye bi na Denmark and I said Netherlands for wo se ko bobosia resources are e wo ye nsase mu no se gari nko akra ne yesi ye ne ye gari farm ne ye de ni nyina ma Nigeria for aye ba woni sika e benya
yeah that's true mommy
Wow, internally ni yebetimi aye nyema bebre generate internal money a senya Tanzania for Magafuli year internally otumi generate 4 billion. Amom de ye new dam as say dum so ni hobiem. Sa kwan ye pese ye fa so your man ye.
Okay. But council, me just say where you now ye just a final thought nema we
we are better. Okay. Yeah, moving forward, and then taking out from maybe a statement here, Prof. here in the CCI. Wabo Magufuli DA, and then also recently, you Burkina Faso. What is happening? Or a young guy, and America said, so would see when so say you want to create jobs, you want to bring development. As a leader, no, you will do that. And you also achieve results. If for nothing, Krana, you better trust say you're paying for it. President Mahama or Tienya. Yes, man, Crawford. Now come cross the border, keke. No one finding out how Burkina Faso is overcoming some of the challenges. African leaders are very difficult for them to achieve. At least we inviting them by the inauguration.
Yeah.
Within the shortest possible time, wouldn't say in the agri sector, this Burkina Faso president is achieving a lot in terms of crops.
Export of a brownie at the end just a
which is an embarrassment to us as a country because we for a country like Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah country, now the Burkina Burkina and never my instructions to say. Mema Mwediani and Mema Mwediani. Wabra, Yawarabo lands, baby, Uko is in regional lands for Honyan time. Region Bia Nigana, assassin and Honyan time. Ebia central region, by in central region, Krano, Uko left Nona, Eponoa Kamwashe, but we share right hand side there. Every part of central region, right hand side, assassinate the whole Yantam. Western, the same thing. But you see, it doesn't occur to our leaders and they say, agric is one of the means, you bet me they are transforming your economy. There are no plan for it. Even in another regime, Yadisikaba is agric minister. Yes, Ofanya Bibino. Of course, Ordinano Nekase Biano. But how can you say it when you haven't done anything on the grounds? You have not invested. You haven't sold. So how do you expect to reap? I bet to say, yeah, Ghana Football Association. We don't have any single academy. We don't plant players. We don't groom any players. But World Cup, we are non GFA. They expect footballers to come from moon and space. This year, we are not even getting some from Ghana here. They have to import Ghanaians living outside. And common sense in China said for so many years, now we are not getting players. It means we are not planting players home. Unless we put on our table conscious effort. Say we want to plant cassava, we want to plant maize, we want to plant more cocoa and the rest. We shouldn't be thinking, say, every year there will be abundance of food. As we speak, we are importing tomatoes, we are importing onions, we are importing basically everything. And no any poverty, any hardship, any prayer.
And if you want to see, say, Ochina concrete idea be a chance a be and toast, Jane, a young baby or a grown up mobile, I started young. I trust Koboku there. I was there when he became a member of parliament. He made Kavani play Sankor in the constituency and son of the NPP class. So I know him. And I know so also your cocoa farmer, he has a lot of experience. But young Chinese, the Omobeka. But what I'm getting from the old can say, you want to see practical measures, long-term solutions. Say a person way near the solving those GNA problem.
Exactly.
No problem.
I was
have what it takes.
Exactly. I was restricting myself because a novel idea, to my yet. But because you keep on insisting on practical solution, let me just say, meanwhile, for the sake of your listeners, meanwhile, there is this plan in the pipeline Any government and your collaboration. If it happens and it works effectively within a short period in time, let's say within 3 months, within 6 months, through this project and the platform, you best solve unemployment drastically. Now, this is the system. Over the years, what I was saying?
Great sector anymore.
Yeah, great sector. Mainly, a key on the agenda. Not only agri, in terms of, this is what we want to do. Every district, we have 261 districts in Ghana. Now, for so many years, all the focus is at the Jubilee House. All the focus is in Accra. Now there's a system in place. Governance will be sent directly to the doorsteps of districts. Into every district in Ghana, no, if there's a Okankwe district, then there's a Futu district, there's a Swedu district, all of them will be implementing the same project at the same time. Okay. There's going to be opportunity for people who want to go into agri district to be able to find yourself in, you register. If you want to go into
agri,
yes, at least they are making effort. So as a country, you know, there should be that practical solution. There should be that practical effort in doing something for the youth to know. Say, these are the steps that we have taken.
Monday, expanded. Exactly. How the project will roll out, which sector of the youth are the target, how much the government on the agri sector. How different is that from the Akotomo Baye? Because the Dr. Akotomo Baye, the idea that is because food inflation, if you look at the statistical service record, it doesn't reflect that the planting for food and jobs really worked. It can't have a panel of food now. It's not about to be person, but the record on the ground is showing that there was no reflection. At least, and those need Jane and company, they are planting for food and job now. By now, we should stop going to Burkina.
If you have orange is but orange free Togo, orange.
Also.
Akutuo from Togo.
Oh, Prof, are you serious?
With a man on my tongue, me busa me orange, but me DBA me orange. The orange me staple food. Ubusa man on talk, I say, yeah, crack, and 1 year in Togo, and I'm a free bar.
Wow, I mean, you say cabbage in a crafty Togo, but orange, Akutuo also.
Aye. And yeah. If you are answering me signing off, no, who free Barcelona, call Real Madrid. A quan soon as I see anywhere that will ya planting me an inquire, brofun with your mansassi. Yeah, was as a time that what send an council, okay. I am more, you bit me a year, a bro, you bit me a year, bunch, you bit me a year. You step for a year, dear any. Oh, let the another cry a bush where you're so near you bit me, second cry. None of one buffer, he said, you are near more one qualam, you knew me and son 9. Answer I bet me a wolf for cra, now when you be a dino, your bed, and then your caketua. This dog could have 3 to 4 million. 300, 400 Ghana cities. And send away to me your wedding. I'm perceived by Rebaco, they say by Rebaco 50 Ghana cities.
And you got a bit to me at all.
By 50 Ghana, Baku 50. Nasa, or you Ukrone, a you, and sa. I can now bet you national. And just a saying, you know, young come home near vampire bomb a bang. No money ye. Then ya debut a buy a loose. I bet you mom was no. As signs so yes, say ya semi kaya, say ye no, why mommy a vampire born tire buyer or was to be a cheap. No money ye. It's as I say, I can't ye ya. NPP and this union your faso. See school ye used to and quiet that ye sabinum. Mr. Mommy and ya says that me one people idea and your woman minka. Maybe one this idea and you want this. You have to say it. And you find a critical phrase because Sadia Coso a war, Unu Kuna Brabum, not and yet no one who now one can't at your Ukuna, now done an hour time. And what will bear by no say because in a year who be now Coswa, so be a more be position be no for be a movie for baby, a brother for being who I can. And then a youth who be no and they are not quite excess because they say, oh, my dear Bonnie be a Coswa baby, I'm report it. Sanya. Let's involve the youth. Galam say, Mummy involve the youth Nankasa as volunteers. The
Galam say for 90 boys to us the quiet anymore.
ya mom ultimatum so film because NPP for na Oma by free no omo gusu wo hodada and then this
for the Erasmus reporter say NDC boys.
Afia me ne wa
boys dey go quiet.
obi ani wo organize search ya chro na ni so NPP ni ana NDC ni enti NPP
NPP for time dem say NPP for na wo and na ya chro wo money.
Oh NPP for time I mean church mu ye NPP for time no yentimi nka 100% say na NDC ni bi nye galamsey ni bi ya kasa ni kan okre no credit ni say NPP for nso lose ye no omun free galamsey eyi amena no mu ebi gusu wo ho na NDC for ni bi akwa aban e de niam agu akwa mu a Mahama kan just 2 days ago say omun seize eyi excavators by momon hye no because NPP for seize and omo hye no so we are trying
to prof enye bosumi aba me say minister ni ba parliament amabo say the people are armed. We don't care if they are armed. We knew that they were armed. The rest was a journalist. NPP members of NDC have hijacked the forest reserve and they are mining. It's over NDC that's what he said.
Yeah, so and I mean no come was 2 weeks ago yakasa asem we that. And I mean church you say NDC are finding the solution problem I will have for a long time different governments, you know. Won't you mean for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months and so on. We are trying to find a lasting solution. Remember you for no edumaye. Near you see most of them as volunteers to guide you because you see I mean no say you know 9 forest reserves galamsey for Ajiafa. Yenim MYA because forest reserve na mansuo yenya nsuo when the last 3 dies the last person and I said the last woman also dies. Until you working solution with communities, Benya youth as volunteers, or be guide, I am for involved, politicians are involved, assembly members are involved. Ye consulting all stakeholders and the lasting solution. But I say president and say, Omukwa excavators in Nina, but Momon Sheno because you bet me they are the floor. Until you find a solution. It's answer you find a solution now. About why dialysis. And instead average obitua $100 and $60 to $100 per visit. Almost 3 times. If you that's your become wasem. Yeah, that is a war Accra hanging on him to do. They say Winim upper west, upper east, OT. There are many regions, about 7 regions that you need 1 dialysis plant to crowd. And one mean don't person babe invest in that is the sea. We have a problem. We have a lot to do because ya catch you will be here.
Okay. Prof, now I see bebre ne say na wo say wada join here so another meeting. Council John Kwame question here Kamedo baba we na say free CB me ya say ne ko beginning now network na super fe dem hu de ya asan ya say bi. Me say aka mpacho ye we ni ye na ye join no first and na ya call na ya say na gis pacho ye network ni ye so e beba o. Me say aka good evening. They be awani na wo wa pempem. Adam, I don't know. So basically, movie away from Kanye and our pempem nanka will be very grateful, huh? But thank you.
I'm real.
Zaka, o network no so to chase my into your network ni my near some brow. And I am Pacho, good evening.
Sister Fia, good evening. Otomenka.
Pacho, into
Sefia wedi maminchia mikrom for suhum for ne and more pem for ayenso no michia mu nyina
mo MP say am mo MP nadmo ana
ya ne nadmo
ana deputy mom
am say deputy bi on nadmo many ajepa say former MP Teddy na ya Teddy ntina ayenso no so I think say mampahini twa ne ni che on no wa my former MP no or the national baby nti ya basra no say former MP no ni say our Kumapa on the current MP DC, you know, or coordinate because of the constituency and normal don't you know, now bear and for. Now, more constituency for no. Now, young babu no, so it's many Germany. Now, you catch it, and you better develop Ghana. We need to have a coordinated approach.
Market chain, I'm supported to make a electoral commission office, no.
And it's a condemn woman, says, I'm your manager. Almost boy bandia because you cannot bind the boy and one is what on the conflicts are man. Yes, ni nyema yi bi nti efutu ma Ghana mabu nyina ba bi omo bia Sir, aban ni sika ne nto wo saa akwa no akwa sesa no akotwa wo. It is our sense saa niema na yenka nko no ebe kachi because aban has to mobilize money. Ebia ne say moka budget asemi. Aban so akotwa sika na de wo so be ni nyina no de ye. Na kakra na waye si won mokɔ saa ne bia. Na ne saa sika na aban no konya wan. Mo so me yambo bosia bebre. Aban so eso ye niema bebre. Nti no ye ba sere ye nyina no yenye discipline na yemwa ɔman no na me fi sɛ ɛnkɔ n'anim na kakra obiara yɛ ne kyɛfa no obiara nsa bɛka nti no de bia me kɔ so asrɛ sɛ under no circumstances should anybody go and be vandalizing state property because ɛbi sɛ de Mahama ɔnte a yɛnso ano constituency hɔ ɛna ɔmbɛtena EC office hɔ ɛna Akufo-Addo ɔnte a yɛnso ano constituency hɔ ɛna ɔmbɛtena EC office hɔ office no is there to serve yɛn na yɛwɔ hɔ na ne Ghanafoɔ nti memfa nipa baako yɛ personalize nipa baako bu hɛnhi ɛmfa nkɔyɛ biribi a ɛbɛsɛ ɔman agyapadeɛ biribi sɛ ɛyɛ no saa na amamu no yɛnte ase because yɛn na yɛ taxes ne yɛ sika kakra yɛ koko kakra a yɛde dɔɔdɔ a yɛn nso ano ɔboɔ ho ne koota ne dɔkorɔkyewa saa areas ne nyinaa kakraka na ɛna aban no gye na aban no deɛ ɛyɛ saa mputudwuma no ama nti yɛayɛ sika no yɛde ayɛ nneɛma no na yɛayɛ asan atwa ho ne asɛe no sista fi a yɛkɔ anaasɛ yɛba Mahama ɔbɛba wɔ ɔbɛkɔ aban foforɔ bɛsan bɔ ɔbɛkɔ nso saa institutions ne nyinaa deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ ma yɛn nti meka bɛpem budget no so maka ne wie na meka bɛpem nsɛm a na ɔne prof no bi nkɔmmɔ I think sir, maybe as finance person, we can go for numbers. Sometimes I cringe. I'm like, the people really understand the implication of these numbers when they mention them because sometimes it just doesn't look like right, even without the hardcore evidence. Just looking at it from a casual look, you know, some of the numbers don't look right on the surface of it when it's mentioned. When you tell me, sir, Abeiku is just $76 billion, you know what $76 billion is? And we are talking about budget. Budget is an annual estimate, it's an annual plan. Annually, government of Ghana can never raise that $76 billion. Even 30 years from now, 40 years from now.
3 billion plan you acquire me exactly.
It is something I think when you move dollars now, give the dollar some respect. The dollar is a very huge foreign currency. The value and yet sabi we see the now we know. It move dollar now. Give it some respect. $76 billion, I can tell you on authority, without even verifying, said that number cannot be correct. Maybe $7.6 billion. Even $7.6 billion, it will be challenging for the government of Ghana to be able to raise that money within a year. In this step here, numbers I just spring and I'm like, no. I don't think this is correct.
Okay. I'll verify the numbers, Mum.
Similarly,
maybe a budget.
Yeah, now it's number no bono. It cannot be right. You are telling me that 180,000 people, half of that number, the control failed that they were paying ghost name. That number too cannot be right. It looks outrageous. And I think people should take time and not take the listening public. You know, so I said we are dumb people. I mean, we understand this number. When they're giving us numbers, they should take their time, do the investigation, and give us numbers that are reasonable. You can't tell me 90,000 people, half of those people were ghost names.
Well, they want to look at the report today. They said for 81,000 ghost names, but those are not verified. I say investigation is because they've not been verified. Maybe if another issue you want to talk about.
I want to talk about the budget. What make I say are buying focus? Meaning, now he was investing in is it Ashichari or something like that? About creating some farm acres. They are growing farm or hostess or they are trying to grow a lot of rice, a lot of food. Government should focus on our investment in agriculture sector. Now, food inflation food inflation is just a fear and yet domestic. It being so imported because we import a lot of this food that we eat. And some of it you cannot control because you are importing it into Ghana. So you're already importing that inflation. I don't think that's something that the government can control. The only component of money control is to make sure the added component of exchange rate volatility will not worsen the already worsened situation. That is the only part government can kind of control. But in terms of price, if it is a free market economy, that price will translate directly into the economy. And that is why our dependency on some of these food items, the local substitute, developing taste for those local substitute. Now, you grow a lot of those on commercial beneath me feed. Now, the food component of Ghanaian work and the budget, it's me confirm. There can be enough savings for other things. Now, I don't know. I was now rent and housing because we have housing shortage. Elsewhere was and in economics, normal demand and supply, and rental price here, also already now food price also double jeopardy there. So these two components, it's going to eat a chunk of your salary, and therefore I think it's me bringing those cost elements down now. Ama inflationary effect, the cost of living above them. The government should invest more in the agriculture sector, and I think that will bring the food inflation, and that will help a lot in terms of bringing the cost of living down. And in terms of the employment, it's Mifi said, let's not kid ourselves. We cannot do employment within a year's budget. We have to be consistent, and we have to do it methodologically and be intentional about creating employment. And it will take years. It will take years to be able to then do that. And you understand over time, 10, 6 years now, we would have created our employment. But in one soup budget, government cannot solve all the unemployment problems. That we have to be very realistic to ourselves.
You, I mean, out in views also there. But Monday, Monday will be here and we'll talk about this issue again. Mr. Akan, Mama, good evening. Be yourself. Video networking page as well.
Prime Minister, you are saying.
Adam.
Sister, you are saying. I'm chatting for you. Sister, you be our country. There be our country. Because as my can I meet the pa. Ghana ni ye show. Enye NPP ni NDC na CPP. But okan wa dwene na wo kire wa dwen a. Amanfo bi nti wase ya na eme ya. E de bi aka so obi adwen kwansi na eme na masre sa. Unu ndi ana mesre. Because wasua de. And was a lawyer. And a lawyer no so unim de wo gina so a wo kan wasem. Na asem a wo kan utu NPP for utu NDC for but o ka Ghana asem ba ya na amanfo nti wase. What has my professor na ba ko na wo kan? What has my kan? Valencia, one time Kaiser Mattress Spain, Mosia, Honunia, Targonia, Matana, Minada, Unim, Anka, Valencia, Bia, Valencia, the whole Valencia, Honomia, Kakasiapa, Anka Fu, Omdi soup, Apple, Omia Leda, any idea soup. What I say? A new man, Omoyeno, tomatoes, about time so. About time so and the fertilizer ye go so my draining waters and tomatoes BBB tomatoes in the so if you add into Ghana you will be BBB near ho kire yen na de abosia kwa na yebo Kenya my time Holland na me brim filing hon na flour na di freeze dry any ayin ne ba o flour ho you baby ho kese baby hon na me adwuma your bank ni adade nyina o obi o te Holland bia Den Hague bia so make wonim hon na me adwuma was 6 years. If you have flower keke o, abrofo flower sika o mo di free mu no, eche bibia. Flower keke.
Kenya for every day we are playing to free Kenya call Holland with flowers.
Flowers they are boarding pa Israel for there. Israel for so de ba. Israel and Kenya. Ade na you code of for there. Ni nyina ye ho adwuma. Flower abrofo no mo toche bibia. Afia. Na ye mi hu ade kra ye mpanimfo no, adwene wo mutimu a omhu no ma nyina so mutimi fanya adwuma. Bosia nka Ghana nka yesa nka mafo bobo bosia wonye se nka bobo bosia ade na Ghana ye ni me pese mi hu ewiase japade obi bi enso ye ho kire ye de bosia nko a
eno to wo mu ase kire enye ni nyina bosia de ese ye bone ye de ye bibi but bosia ye ntimi ka se ye mo ba ye bo e wo se nka ye de do se de na lawyer ka no ye de do entos je ne na ye nkofa enkopra e wo Burkina
na bia minu nya ye nim se Ghana ye krat jene free Niger meboa
Burkina
Niger you for be free Niger.
Okay, I don't know about minim say Burkina na fa jene nim tosu no
ma fa be free Niger da o nyame obisa obi am ko fa jene no a hon ne ko fa free ba enye Burkina fa so kwa chire kwa no di to jene ne ba bi on fa be free for nyame hon ne ko fa jene ni free ba obi o ko fa jene bia obisa no be ka kire akwaye so enso hwe ye bra ye bre edu ba yikwa body kwa na free Cote d'Ivoire ne ko fa body free on se na man ne ka che se ko fa anka free Togo na so onwa se no kure oboasa anka wo nim ukrom anka oboase anka wo ene anka benya bi oboase di ewai
it is say wo dey say solution is saying there
Ghana ade betima boy farming apart from farming bia betima boy ewiase nyina wo bia America mu nyina mo ye farming kro bia peso ye bia farming adwuma bia no betima ye gold no mutu no wan nyina e be boa so emwa Ghana omaya ya wasa se prada da honom wo de hwe se ka se ye 5 million afia ya ho beto yen ena na wo kasa agric minister obaye no sa ade no mo de baye no amoa yen yo oma mo mani anko ho se ko mo mani kan won kafia nka kom ne yen ke be export to be kashu kura kitua bia beto no land ya muso de buso bia kashu ne boarding ade nti entimi ani nko ho na da bia e tore afia da bio
because oka etenu kete kroma se kwa dege ni ade kashu no mudua pa but de o kan ye no kweso se e abrofo na dua mo e bibifo na o Ghana fo no mudua na abrofo na eto no mo de akwa groche
na me buza say even cocoa cry wo cocoa na ahwe free titi sa abisi sa me yo ene coffee eni ko divo apa na wo cocoa kese afia cocoa no pa buza say ni pa do se na no milo Ghana ni pa do sen o de me buza chocolate ni pa do se na di chocolate as ko Switzerland ko head aden na ye ho eni pa no kra wo bebia adwuma kra ho no kra eni pa yobu na bem me se Ghana fo ma ye ma adwuna afia nyina bebia adwuma ni wo Ghana na agu na asa betena mu ya kachira onti ase nti Ghana fo nkasa adwuma ni wa omo kan na mesre afia Ghana fo pesika ba mo mpa adwuma obeji sika no so obeya adwuma no so obeji sika na di adwuma na onye ba kroma wo ya adwuma ansa na yatua woka yenyi sika ansa na yatua woka ba Ghana je obeji sika na ansa na waye de wa ya adwuma na adwuma so onye ndi ameka obi a watena bote bi anim abotofo abezi da Ghana na ya bibi nyu no obi a dia wo
ko didi ye bi adwuma no magu no yo mo de ye nti so odi na wo de
camera
ko mbetutu camera no
enti president Akufo-Addo president Mahama ho anwan yo obi a ka bia na enye omo na president na baby bia enkrofo na otimamufo no yete no ye nim bone a amanfo odi but ye na ye gu mpanimfo no so ba ye nka ho se adwene a mpanimfo mu ntimi bibia ma ye omo de baby omo ti no omo ti be papa o ba we yesu se kom de na de na ba ye kom ne wo adwumaden a ba ye a kom ne wo no ene sa wo ye o na ba bia no betima ma obi asika o kɔ hɔ no ma akɔkɔ ntɔkɔ akɔkɔ se ya ma obi post sa ni pa kɔ ya ma ne post na ka twedi be ma na edu ma bia dia na afia enti NPP ne yebɔne ne se NDC ne yebɔne a ye nyame enka no kora nkyerɛ wo mo se de wo ye ne nye o ma ne ye pesa kyiri ne yie enye se obi se NDC ni o se NPP ni o e se NDC fo ba no ba bibi papa bia e ma Ghana fo nyina aduane ba amani mu a anya bia kɔma ne wa e kɔm na ma nipa ni brɛ o ene landing ha ba bia me Stevenage abrofo miensa within 2 weeks ni o ma kuru o ma tutire nkwa mu ama tire akum wo mo 3 ba bia me ti ya Stevenage yes nipa 3 and akumomo last week Friday bakuku no last week Friday last 2 weeks Friday bakuku enura bakuku no enura omo frustrate omo Britain amunya ba bia ye din wafie enye yize usa o say the Ghana for Ghana ye din no ba bia ye din but ni nyina ne modern bo ambobo ene dan kakra obetu akra dan ka 1900 of mortgage
obani mama na ati asem de waka yesuban no nye ube bi adwuma ka mo rotefo nyina mu bi adwuma ka nka Ghana be ye but ye begu na ma uni aga na ni be hwe oni mu ogu na ma ye ne ye te Ghana omugu ye de da na ofana good evening
Mafia asumdwe nka ho
mpacha nka so mpacha di o
na yina ye de Nyankopon ase ye tia yina ye ho na mafia Ghana no wo ho die ntia nnwuma na wo ho no aban bie beba bia onfa nnwuma no ma agencies nka agencies na ba aban ono watena siaka farming project ya mo kan agencies ne dia ba papers omo di ko TV stations ewo online nti ko online na o pa adwuma na o kreke ya adwuma no wo wale 8 hours 1 hour is into calculate 8 hours a day 20 cedis ya 20 cedis 50 cedis
obani o video na party for no to omo pa adwuma no the my agent a party for no be de nya adwuma ni bi party for no na omo akọ ho no omo se omo pa adwuma ma ye adwuma ti o the my agent a party for no nya bi nti
na mafia enye Ghana for no party for
but omo de ma party won beto ni pegu ho omo nyina so aban for omo mati no position a chenti mpacho agency ni de fatu nche ansa nya adwuma because we a party for no ma come office omo nya mpa adwuma MPP bas anon nko so omo nkrofo ye nti omo de ma agency ni de nya adwuma
nti me bo mafia sa hope say agencies no wo ho a nka nipa nka ye wogana ho adwuma ni ho die ni ho ni na nka betwam o we ye diska we nyina betwam ma ye adwuma ye ntua meka wako fa carpenter ni instead of say kobo dan so ma wo no oji iska na half no wadwane wako fa mason ni instead of so koto blog ma oji iska na half no wadwane no I hope say nka we nyina to betwam because nka man ye ogina ho shatade green ye ogina na ni abri nka ebo 5:30 ana 5 wa waso da kwa adwuma wo nka onko gina ho nye dede we yo na to boot na mo kasa o mo de beba no mafia me see unless say on be the toll levy ka bie wo Ghana so share kurasi so share hefa uko your lands uko twa uko renew lands ana so uko your lands a o ka we no ko register car na near the atoso ebia toll levy ubetwara 3 times a year ebia toll levy no the whole year dey 300 cedis no mak o machim 3 quarter mafia we just simple
And also, I didn't say I didn't buy some consider na Kenya ni sa all your budget imbo.
Sir.
Okay, very well. And I didn't share problem you.
Ntinka adechi obeye budget the whole Ghana to no me ye le levy iye bia ye ebia 300 Ghana cedis quarter bia ye 100 cedis either you like it or not mafia ma menchira wade bi wo me ko hu ade bi wo Libya na omu se police ni chew wo ye car o first obehwe omu ayi bi bo car nanim am say eye levy na bia e na omu de ye omu kwan na musuo nka na wuni bi wo case chense wuni lances nti Libya kwan asphalt no mafia edaso to nso Ghana to ye di to ye besi we enni na nu ni nansa man ye obegina ho ka say fake die ben fake die ben ono asia beba beka say desani ye diska na say di enyuma no so ma agencies a sanka ye hu ghost names ugo hu we ko mafia pokuya agency ono ne de ne say or employ nurses nti wo be ko mafia website no mafia legon
My agency for now come nya Ghana for no abia and omo de omo ye so for
say Ghanaians no ebia mafia wo bi agency nti no aban no wo be ko aban no so wo be penipa ama no for nurses nti nurses
fa say dey na che say agency for omo fa ghost names nhyem
wo agency na wo aban no si me hia nipa 20 nti at the end of the month ni nipa 20 na aban na submit na ama 20 pay na aban ne de ama wo wo be ready bi ahim
okay yo me mami na otena me come to be ebo a
na tena so say ye papa John ba ne first thing ayi tumutu for no and if ayi emiamia for no because boss you say no o se obi twam
okay
nti oba menuanom the NPP for ye ya omonti manye no o masan de burn aba nti emfiri ne nkosi next 2 months
John passing law no
thank you
okay
na betting tax on twam levy and then 10 na mafia mpacho o manti so mo say junior secondary school for registration fee omo betua no mpacho and the question what
JHS for no mo betua den
registration fee exams no mo koye na adichi
I don't know make me a check am make me a check am I don't know
why check him pa
you over na gives mama na say me say boy bacho ya gina fa ko man yes I ya na we ni shake nti bacho gina mama me answer ha bacho me ntie answer o movie why ha
yeah Steph you from to say
adumara pa so
very good me wa dwum say ya na make am yeah and me nanti to mananti be 12 miles.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. UPS you on
me USPS United States Postal Service.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Me tia upper dentra area dia so anase Jameson Kwanta me for Jameson Kwanta.
Okay, minimum cover by election or Dante.
That is correct. Into me chiam kromfo a ehwe o program yina. Yeah, the na me person me kan am say anchor of course this year no. Aka eho bi. On say ye wo krom anom no ye register your car yearly. Instead say omukwa build sa to man kofo abegina wa ton niema sometime accident ahodo ne niema ade no. Oyi yi levy na. O ma kasa omo de toba. Into betima e to levy say the guy ne kana. So perfect because so we you to anyo obi an be free so you be kwa ababetwa to atua to fi. Enyo obi an be free san call anyone when you abetra to. The cars na egu sa sabi area won so almost dear pa na e nti no say uko sa western country ni developing countries na year be our date of birth and I register our car. So cars yet o cars yet 10 our date of birth we register cars ni na bio. So enti me register me car okromo anu a me pay $50 per car no. It depend car ni capacity. Yeah, and it's a obetuma nyeska even more than sa 11 because how many people na send this car ewo sa momo no enye enough but now because was a Ghana if you car in me kakra bi.
That's true. Hello, Mr. Boy. Well, Mr. Boy, they can't catch it that I said no yeah, you mentino. And yet they be on the network in the Bay is a Clement now you share Clement also for George network a link no. Yeah, I share a inimo. By Mr. Well. Narrow see if you are some you are more candidate true. Ghana and Casa you to no see a lazy. They be on your pedjumo and edumani hope, but ye are quadro yen pedjuma. And I love this also as or say if you are Kenya, almost started some more exporting milk, any other dairy product to the UK, any Europe, even after COVID-19. Burkina is exporting strawberries to Europe, almost promoted desert so. And so Ghana the yet as a product that so assassin ye. And so a brony bay any aquadurantino. Yet the embassy bay amana ye. Rufai say a general ye call Ghana for crafty Niger and toast no more crafty. Burkina Faso ti Ghana de yeso ene amani hunu a na atu yesisi a no pedodo a yenye serious they say ya na ebeto yen na Omari or see the youth are not ready to be farmers Shejon Dumelo or your youth into a year juma can kick him battle so camera no so beto kasa over we point no
Yeah, Steph yam say me lusu obi phrase mu. Okay, and the American no say a government need to me ne your be ready so to me the shemusa ebebuana every single car be organ bia no depending on capacity a car ne wo no you must register by the date of birth nipa ne talk car na or register on the date ni bibia nko so said the understand my digital ni bibia amfa machine mu na enye good eno pa ho a o say ye ka say agric omo ka Burkina Faso sa guy no onim ne oye say ya ma uska 10,000 safer and I would go akoye phone na obi go wachi a all monitor say scan no ma wo de ye adwuma no etinya se ye discan amount na wo de akobon yira konhoma na the following year no one run lost no ya monitor wo say wo discan ye adwuma to obi di wachi day in day out bi an omo hwe labor akora wo fa ye sika wo yi free bank de aye enti at the end of the year no say what so adwuma na anye ya they know say something happened and adwuma na anye oh say mfu a ye ni nyina so no ye insure wo ye adwuma kroma no wo ye afuo bi a afuo no insurance da so enti say ensu anto a it doesn't make government no to lose money but the insurance have to pay oh and no pa ho a say me catch you say mananti for 12 hours a day that may over time I may 10 hours me 18 miles every day by foot.
Wow.
Ghana for
you be at one more kind now the by foot.
Yeah, because you know here. The attorney say
and you see another one and take okay.
Yeah, because communities ne kitwa bi na ye work na wutim na odi ade ni hwemu no. O ma kan nyina no box no
sidewalk
bobo
no so ntia o say on antiko.
yeah box no bobo fie no ntia say o pack o car no one anti for a route we are no wasan aba actually. So what you say ye free Ghana beduru anu ma ne ye kasa say na brochi adwuma den na brochi adwuma den e na ye ne krom wo de ho no nya de e na ho no ye stress na ye say the reason why Ghana den say ye nya adwuma ye mpa adwuma. Yeah, because Africa wunya demolish managers. Over Hanma wunya managing directors. People manage it over here. Over there they demolish it. Uko biya jumana do bitu ano ane di ane say so no oye ye na wa udi jumane ba ye no. So say now count the camera bomo over camera momo they find a way to steal. Oh, enti say me you say government ni betima introduce laws. Ya discount next can one find your juma your money town. Now you say yeah, you pay a penalty on it. Oh, say you be a juma as so clock in you have to clock in. As so clock out you have to clock out. One call juma you don't deserve pay. You gonna pay now your salary in every home. Now you hourly pay. When we do that, people will be forced to work. Because one yes I have no me me mortgage 3,000 and change every single month. Yeah, and it's over there more. How can you pay it? Oh, and you know.
That's what we bet. And yes, I don't foreclosure. Yeah,
it's correct. It's a possibility in Ghana, but we need somebody to change the system. Yeah, no more say nyabane. Me, I don't agree with such people. System no need to be changed. It need to be implemented. It as I go for so because what in go for to a human say oh man, yeah, they need to be fired. Oh, we don't have to pamper nobody. And you say, a cocoa be politicize, say, where you end this into the one as well down, into Obia trains and next party, no be fire and for the answer. What we are doing, no, yes, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, go into me to be. What you are saying, this is the only amendment.
yo, obani me boy and now to be being a good boy, so be a boy, no. Or say, I done it, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and also near cost because and I NDC for by Baby Jedman, I did, and now the party ni what now. A better no way to me checking the panel. Yeah, all private sector. I first one was sign KPIs, key performance indicators. There's nothing like scratch your back, you deliver or not. And if you don't get any benefit. It's as simple as that. On my see the youth of Ghana, no one already says suggestions today and penny for wedding menina on Bediso, there be. I can see also say, and can galam say lancing as no, ye we claim it near fando. Ye be jai import tonight, ye import JNN and Tosuno, and Cabeboy. Also, as I tell you, in the late 90s, no Rollins invested heavily in non-traditional exports. But the moment we are importing in those Meko, onion, other things from Sahel region, which must say Ghana for Nankasa, and Yadi boy, because they do baby in Shumba. No access to rain, it's me irrigation. I don't know champ time here irrigation after the irrigation, yes, we had irrigation, in fact, in Koma Kokrano, near irrigation a year, friends say institutions near the good in we are the orchestrators of our own problem. And you'll be, Francis commenting, you'll say, Ghana needs to introduce youth in agriculture policy to reduce the unemployment issues. Bemena, ye introduce a crowd, party for them, perform by this in the NPP party for soldiers, so be a security job or airport or security. I'm also not go airport, I'm says it's cafe foreign, no, come up, so it's just sad. It's just sad. Said the idea. No, Mazi, you see, when someone is appointed, that person will be paid the salary. Obiabe doesn't mean there's corruption. It means people will be paid for their appointment. Okay. Also, Prof. Can say NDC Moody Obiabe did pay and just a corruption. Just Obiaba, your money salary. And I saying, and yes, I did not move changes slogan. Because that then yes, Obiabe salary. So why Obiabe did pay if the idea is not it's can be better? Can you say if you are Achimebua Kwakotoku Bosome, Nina different Achim divisions. But once I Prof. Ashada Behu into from Wegueni, Akateni Naya back on yes, and a tip. Mr. Tufo message was excellent submission by Professor Enokopo Country. I salute you, Prof, because why is very, very good. Me, and when I like your submission, or they buy, and a year first, Rafa and Ketiano, JDM, I promise it. Year I JJ question appointment, and I because I say, an era question by council can be ama President Mahama saa de no so e was de nka was say e de to e ho a na was say da obi che na we obi che na dwen bia o some oh yasem council on kebi my dear mo no na dwen no o kire say ni GM ya adwen that's it but e come as pillar 2 o say do me kwabenya constituency o say JDM no state of a nation address na was say e hwen so o de be magen na enye de ye kwe because 24-hour economy women's bank free SHS ni niama wa promise ye na he must deliver and we will chase him to deliver all those things. Here Ken, good evening.
Good evening, my friend. Let us say.
Mbacha adum bajenzi we.
Me chow no wetie phone na da problem so me cancel so afi e wonne de mo adai mo de adum ye. Na meka bibi kakra se de me nua be ma no e kata fa agrek na ho asem aye kan but no ka spin asem. So ohwe yen ye problem aye won na ye de a lot of money ana government no e de akọ agrek sector e hono. Enso no ye hu ana enyelde we say bia emma yen said de yen expectation no esitie but we heard advanced nations na said the omo esi ya omo niema no o compare to yen de na afi na yen pese ye duru omo level no and so the way ye esi ye niema de de toto no it seems say yen nye serious ye pese ye duru ba bia me can say because anase on the because we said the omo esiti omo niema se na omo ya enye so obi akeke near the position bi ama na say oye bibi na mum say even at all individual and of say oye good in sector bi na oye na dwuma wonim ne oye edi an yes government no oye government wo dia ne say wo be create neighboring environment na yenso yetimi aye ye dwuma ye ho betoye enti so ba agric sector honum na say wo hwe say agric obi person okọ into agric sector or access to loan ana onipa no land e kwan ben so no befa obenya land ana two so onya sa niema ni nyina awie na ye price regulation system enye papa ti said the ohwe openika Spain e bia ohwe Europe na Spain omo oranges no ekoba bi bebre se almost say agric obi ekwa akoye star orange farming no na wonim say this year yes 1 kilo eye 2 euros a eno ana obeko all the markets ewo ho say variation wo ho krampo na obehu say ewo every you can say market bia in the price they but because obi ewo the premium we say ana obi nso aye second enti yenya ni nyina pe beto hwe fluctuations no enya dia eye exaggerated mamado man bi enkogina ho no say obi adon the branch me nkodo branch na marketing no meye den na masakwa akoye marketing
Okay.
me marketing manya marketing enti say me ko me de me resources ko chim omampenda da kofo eba ya oye bibi say omo yes that branch de no omo de yes start no ye hu edifa e for that sector gary edie na wo hin enti government e was a year continue but ye na NPP NDC we ba no se me de me manifesto ba so kon he fana ye be hu say ye develop a nation based on political agenda ye need national we say ye can't say bia yaye ediato ho no ma say national program ana wo ba be meki wo dia wo ye enti be fa fresh we say na wo dia ye may based on agri sector say ye what technical know how near see a person ye timi battle and say fight against food waste inflation ye bet me and so simple me pre ai asante atemagugu na ye body wo body na ye wo no no edie na ye koye feasibility waste studies ye hu say e wo say ye body wo obi fra komadan ye nim say komadan na tomatoes wo say tomatoes na duru he enti nipa na ye yi o mo say o mo manage agri sector no e ma ye me brother no we agri extension officer by then no mo ko ekoko engage farmers no agro business ano ye nene sebi ye food poisoning I got a chance na me mate bia or ye medical practitioner ekasa ana make a chance say na den ana de bia no say look at the yarea ye encounter first nanke was that diabetes ni we say no mu nyina sa renal we say no mu nyina and na aye so common enti mo Ghana Medical Association mo report na mo twa mo de koma hwan an advice ben na mo de magapet na dia na mo na mu
Omo de mada na ye fan here adwuma. Omo de flag it every year.
enti omo be ye adwuma no de akọ but omo de kwa e de na ye all the universities are ye wo yen kohwe all the universities agric sectors edie na omu wie na omu defend omu course so omu tuogu ho edie adwuma na ye de ye enti se ukofo obi a woni mu hwe se omehedi ade na se o de me language no me ya kotu pa we de pacha me se me ko
Anya hwe.
the ye enti na was say do baby a yitimi pronounce ne ma bi na se enipa no se ye for say a area has say body no mu produce no omu wo storage facility ye betimi engage community ni say what dey say ye hu say ya ban no ene ne nkrofo no mu muaye but momaya kasanso ye cooperative we say among ourselves na ye hu say me wo 1 acre unso wo 2 acres we wo 3 acres there ye harvest a product na ye nya problem back e bia ye set up we say amount bi e de beto ye ba bi ye Ghana for ye yesusu ye nim nyansa we are very intelligent people ye gigi susu e ma ye de boa ye ho enti about the production why not ye ko school economics da yes so proprietorship enye and so all the governments in and out ebia no e try say on be promote so proprietorship yes youth and hwan munko sua asem na ye munko sua we coast Ivory Coast for cocoa e de na omo for cocoa butter enye ye de na ye tax ni akoto agu but ye
Well, you do go omo de other things. Omo de other things, but any large scale said they can on ha. Omo de other things.
Ye say bibia se free baby na de akoduru baby. So nipa bi na so obey ya. Look at the foreign companies.
In fact, they say over cocoa processing. Omo de butter near cosmetics. They sell it to cosmetic companies near. It's a huge market.
Start the ya ye kan. Ye ko kwa bibre mu die ya abe wo ho no. Ye timi de ye soap, oil, palm kernel we say ni de anyama bebre. But the youth no, I say ye nya ye ni marketing for ye agro we say no products no ntino. Na a lot of so no say ye invest wo ho no ma e go waste. Send na ye di, send ye di go. By recrapo per se. Opa bra abrochire anase wo de wo nim. Obi harvest potato so we sector se omo ye otimi chop no osride or the be chips or the be way je ya harvesting this year no ye best store na company bi so the other day na make bibi na say one thing say sector na make and say the way industrialization ye in Ghana for ye defining no ye quite different from that of the advanced nations because obi finished product obi raw material from one sector into ye mo ana obi o was na nimdie no so unya access ana wa ba beboa enti high time say ye man no omo manipa omo wonim die kwan na omo so beboa senti sa krampo na mo me yenyi politics ni free anim na ba bia ye kon emwa yen look at the youth omo go me di me nsem obawie na ja me nua be man so abamu ma me hwe yete honom wo de ye mfa ye kan say we say electronics components enye adwuma they say all the youth hwe sector bia obedu bia na obi repair for yesu so ano na ye papa nom ene ye nananom bi ye radio repairers enne se adwuma na wo he ye nim se de esi so dials ye nim board so ready okwa ye two board near the ama ye se check near ma we near the meter se onsa na wo hwe de enye no waka eseki enipa ene electronics gadgets and as components se ye ne ye ntimi nyempokura na ye mpanifo no wo adwene bi se o mo de beboa yen ya. Why not say any other nations and communicate? Na yenji adwuma ni bi mfama. Me offer okoko ye the masters.
Well, me idea kaka. In fact, Abeiku Santana mo less them no mo under Mahama first government no. Those were no components na they were doing assembling of iron.
Me
some small electrical appliances be. Omo ma China for baby training Ghana for no. You know omo no mo ye. But I think the point that you want to...
na yenya bi ne nkrofo na ebre. As is said the bia no bi aka ne snatch and dem de fam. Look at the human resources that you. And so no yetimi
budget ni share the omo beta wo.
budget
Na
ne
e ba ha. Na ya say whether they added that to the
budget ne de eno ye nyina ye hwe ni mu. But ye hwe say enkoye dada na be ye bibi foforo.
But let's give them the benefit of the doubt for once. Yeah, check first one.
Eno ye nyina ye hoku say bibia nkoye. Nemmom obi so aya han wa di adwuma hye won sa no. E wo so won so hu say at least obetimi aye ama ye nyina ye nya so mfa so. We de ma famre boss kweteme.
Mama only abe ma tun kase bi. E mi so dro, but dey do so. Yeah, that's what okay. Yeah, that's baby.
Yo, Sister Fiame, that's okay. Yankopon share no edwuma pa we ya. The bia me ba onse na me can say Ghana yen create edwuma. We don't create a wealth. Yen penny for no mo ba omo person omo yes service nation. Ghana yen yes service nation the same UK no mo ye no. Sisi me no ka say UK for a cancel a lot of foreign aid. And there is a big news because here so as they about 2% eto by 2030 2027 sorry that's 2 years to come as mutimi this cattle no mutimi defend the crow so criticize the whole world so first come to war for defense and they say to find that money no cancel a lot of foreign aid around the whole world. And Ghana and Soka home. So it is a Ghana expertise cabibre every ha enko. But
I'm block USA identity.
Exactly. Nina no ya nanka sebinka badwin bafo wo e man no mu a de bia me kana they need to think and then create something for the whole country. Ni nyina ye ho ntoye so but sani amanfo abeka atwamu no obi beba oni nimdie bia nso no onfa omo sa nimdie ewo ebia ne sector na be ed na kwahye no yi ni pa free ho no de bi be hyehyɛ mu omo so obekwa akosesa omo so a omo ntimi me ye hwe so creativity eno na de ahoto ede dan eba wi ase sani na brother na kano ye mimi wo school na ye wo sorry near electrical section ewo honoma na omo ye nema bebre ewo college but ene sani o kano say uhu obi to circuit board krana unya Ghana ni a obetimi read a lot so what you say and all to do say Lawrence ni education na the buy no sani nanka yesenke nyina nya good handiwork no yentimi am pushing agenda no mutimi pushing no enti ni nyina koto nche obi aba na oye ne de but agriculture de untimi nka nkyere me se Ghana yentimi nya agriculture e ma ye ho ntoye ita so twekoko any other things are omotimi dia amafo ka Burkina no yen hihye o hihye se Mahama pese oye Emma Ghana Ginidia tomorrow me expect say obey budget even cry say dokro and I say bayre a lot for by body nyina eso mutimi specify say body e beto ni say no mo man no omo hu nto because timemfo no e be a week the ankasa okota de 10 cedis obeso de 20 cedis so what I say so omutimi hihye nema we nyina no mo for tax force no mo nam kromu no mo cheke se ne be ya man no omo ankasa timu no omo ho beto mo aduane nkwa na ye hwehwe o ba bia wo di tibetu ne aduane de aka de bim enti se omutimi hihye te se ne na is it to be kwacha na former minister no otimi hihye e ka se body we ye beto ne say former
because that time no Ghana operating price control now a free market
that's but with free market
company.
Yeah, but we have to at
We
least do
cannot do price
something.
control in a capitalist or democracy system.
Wow, and yes,
Government cannot control the price for them.
that is the problem. So say no, oh, we won't create anything to control it. Yeah, but I know. But I know the way they cost, nobody will buy it anyway. You know, yeah, and mommy can't send back over. Yeah, me too. I say, mommy can't send back over. Omo can say, road toll near there, you know. So, me pesa omo bet taxi to my phone too much. I think they had enough because the more tax I would be bro, they end up not paying. So what I say, be kulu loan to ya. Enti create BB say. Send your man for casa register a car now. Yet, I mean, yen far levy into soon. I think there are too many levies anyway, because up to now people are paying COVID levy in the port, which is completely nonsense. Oh, and so Ghana need to mean because we're year free because we hear scan. Oh, into nema bebre honoma. Create scanning free. Create be free baby. No first. Nya scanning free. No nya set the bia. No target it in my phone so mobile tax. It doesn't work because we won't create any job for anybody to get, so you can tax them. So what I say, into the over focus on says a farming or mobile, va farming, more export to Namunia's camera chronum, send a bear, oh tax will be oh full how hardly is over there, over to ya. So now man,
levy before agric and they all support it.
Agric levy, that's I'm 100% supported. Yeah, okay, but we need to see, sir. There's a system. I mean, everything is in order. And yes, I mean, to other because my catch was my talk car over 25 years. Me fa can't go Uncle Ghana because I don't want to pay that huge money in the port. Now me na motorway so now me come on, it doesn't make sense. Okay. So what I say, into sound as a economy. So discipline, we all gonna pay.
Okay. Yeah, just if the president will bring something like an agric levy or something. For COVID, they have already promised us on May COVID. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Stefia.
Pacho you.
I pull me there.
I do also. Yet on catch it. So
I do my same year. I mean, or senior side. Or not me to me join the case. No.
Okay. Okay.
Na me yeah me so na USA dia na sponsor and say
oh I mean they say they mo djuma
they almost send an email say na after this month no like
oh wow
yeah
and Trump legacy ni bi no I cancel USA this scanning
yeah I feel that man patrol appointment na say no I say yeah normalizing you might be too much and regime we are say America if fit it na because you enjoy career development, imagine so will be on Admo. That's now over, I don't know, 4-10 years. Now, just because we be a Kasama political party within 4 or 8 years, now between them say or no, and so. Meaning says it's a solution, and the idea for government there, but also as a nation, because in the long run, there are two things. There will be sabotage because people believed. What I say? A man's answer, I just say, civil servants will begin to be aligned to a political party. I say also Obe Kasar Radio, so Obe they will go now to show some in the Basana nation building, a party interest, and yet Ghana view. And I think say Ibian say Ghana will be Matisen of winner Kokubuana. Ibia it can be, but it's not a good thing. I would say promote it. Very bad because in the long run, MY as a country.
I absolutely agree with you, Pa, because it's a mini Abeiku Santana deputy CEO tourist authority. So be at now tourism authority on 20 years. We're building a technical skills or institutional memory over the last 20 years. Now Waba and then they will sabotage you.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. How do we balance your boy and cough, but at the same time, so we also retain technical competence of people who are in the system and promote them so that they know, say, hard work will pay when you get to the top.
Yeah, exactly. Obi or taking extra courses or person advancing. Not just because Obi Kasa amount party till now the tune him say or no never your so in the end, Mr. say as a country, we need how we can solve that honestly. But as a country,
It's a constitutional review now. Need too many be free president. But
I
as
know.
long as the appointment authority know what president in seminar say ya be because Obi Abo no so of him so be satisfied in Crawford. And it's sad said it's a very important point I will raise, And that for only technically competent, but they will be sidelined for political appointees or mabum.
Yeah.
And
but church budget no the unse Mahama buy NCT. Expectations no so wide, won't mean cover BBR. But me personally, they hear me the energy sector no. Because my trans adwene didn't me and specialize or solar panels as a country. Because and I did I can't say gas boarding the cow gas name fuel. But Ghana a bugu complete. Just 2 years ago, even Germany, almost passed a law say, "Who sit down for phobia? You have to have a solar panel, legally obligatory." What I say. Now Ghana and Germany, he found out a viable. And I am we don't need money to transport this energy. About Ghana everywhere. All we need is infrastructure for the panels, any rechargeable batteries. I don't know, after a decade near it's me and easy to do but with your long run effects now, it's far beneficial chain import of gas we need a free Nigeria near the norm. And I think I expect Mahama we are on county campaign, but I think he should just think of this and unfair and some fun idea at least within the 4 years now. If we have a real estate agency, at least you should have solar panel on each roof. It will help us. Just solely dependent on that, but it will reduce a lot of because if we are not maybe bagana, if we are to me buana, me jam shirt. What do I say? It impacts your no I don't know.
No, what we have what say because I brought you come more solar farms. I'm like,
yes,
we are about 3 months pay into more solar farm. Na we are no. If you street lights. Regional minister now by vetting so can you baby? Why are we even using electricity street lights? I was saying solar street light. Jama sprint expect and I solar. I was saying everywhere be solar. And we are yes, oh yeah.
Yesterday, I saw me balcony. I mean, me lights are me was solar panel to be a while and one me to we shemuda because hampo we anymore, but daylight no, it's enough. I think yes, our infrastructure no Ghana even not mean as every household, but in our industries, big way now it will reduce a lot of cost. Am I there anymore? And actually, my last topic here, like really encounter topic, but. Na since me kaminya time about shunti e bia time I me sorry no na me wo akwantu no na ga working can sem na wi
ai
konsem say omo blockade student be papers exam results am coordinate court cases near the other say am last time
is it over the registration issue Anna?
No we don't say examination malpractice.
No practice. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Now, say, as an institution, a bank here, why is that always the students that suffer? And I mean, because who Crawford, they are supposed to be responsible for the invigilation. It is a whole study papers, and I say, much of the same thing. Now, how do you blame that on the student? Because you paid people to do this job. Nanti more cancel and holding the first now. I'm say court can say release no mama. Most of the mama cancelled. And at the aim of Buffuni said, almost be portal just February. I mean, so be say one person Sabe register just if you want to go to university this year.
At your cost.
At your cost, yes. What I say. I think say I saw almost for Ghana. Maybe sure why it may be, but they'll see a competitive and it's so easy to get these things. Because Oma monopolize my moye de omopama in Kuala Lumpur, meaning Microphobia many 7 A's because of this one inter-science paper and won't mean university. And we are talking of thousands of young
they should sue, but and how can sue in so Ghana court so any simple case.
And at time no sooner come and they made Omo coast na omo invested this year now who court cases in yen year. And bacho same way no I don't know me as omo kwa na omo ka yen ko mo organ but I see a pay competitor and try.
There's a case Republic Adam versus Wayek or Wayek, but yeah, there's a case at school for BC Wayek and they won the case.
What effect?
And how can nipa do not send a bit to me court filing fees and cry one a bit you be one mammy cranny be. And why you didn't want to pass it, but just because of one paper painting. So
and my student no suffer just for a mass action, you can't blame it on saying vigilators, it means major bribe, what I say. Papers leak here, must mark cancel papers, will be away near the crowd here, crowd, when you be smart cancel papers. No, now, idea I had.
So I'll follow up on that issue for you. It's very important because Akolana na more practice beer. And what the exams hall now you are supposed to cite Akolana.
Yes.
But say no, you know, this question is similar. It means that the wrongdoing was not, at least you have to prove. Yes. So the wrongdoing was on the part of students. But just merely because accessing is similar, does not give you why you judge. Once so assign a party. Just say it's a breach of natural justice. They can't do that.
But you said last thing
I'll follow up.
The fruit way. Unse mimi strong because na adibu tafre ho na say udi ekutua emaniede.
Yeah, very fit anything. Yeah.
Na me anytime I baga me chimi me come chrome kra me nyebi. Omo buni na
guys. Even we still have it because there are some fruits that are quite extinct.
Oh,
because there was some in your baby a young colony idea and every new.
Unse no otafre ho na say udi orange na.
No, no my doko.
Because you can't me now with Ugo ha about from say me boa bibi anyway it is say me boa tinga
can connect to my great extension officers but they can tell if the product is still there. Say fruit no honoma because they have variety of even a binary crack can help because they do propagation of some of those fruits near DNA say extension no my
yeah, nyame had my coffee and chantime because almost me boa bibi asa and you team person me prove it.
I think there were near widespread surface no matter.
Okay.
Well, I say why shouldn't they follow up because I affect a lot of students. I think somebody even mentioned it earlier today. So mommy now we see a friend as maybe feeling there was a asewa
asana bibi sa
back on be or a friend alasano asawa we do say asawa so maybe feel say baby and your friend atwa ye fie na mo friend atwa and I kwasi wo so kan kwasi wo say a friend atwa. There are some fruits that now manayira. Now manayira we don't preserve things. We go Dubai a fruit beer we as be obehu bi ho. Almost omo ni ensuo. And so ensuo kan to ho. Bibi a 4 years ensuo to Dubai, but they are able to cultivate it in greenhouses. By a mama yet ensuo we wa asase ho no we okay we inshaba come to say yes your friend or omo friend no asawa on friend asawa. Okay, I think area be any dia me atwana
obi be menye bia on to comment na
okay. Also unim baby obenye bia o person otobi ntino no the chabrofo no say we really have this product asan we say asan I think yes mate asan da ba mi mom ye fie de na friend atwa ha kwasi wususo obi wo ne farm or palm na ebi wo ho nti kwasi wusu bacho say bia do number be send na kunadu a contact you because so maybe for research purposes near the number for the numbers and the private and the bema kunadu na ono so afro no wa coordinate but I'll check up on the WAEC issue. That's baby. Jabasi atwa na minim say ni din aye different no. In terms of mama na mu na wase. Me en face ya no say ni akopon ya no next week Monday after the budget. We'll come here and come and assess what happened in and how far it is. But let me leave you with a friend after marking and then the chairman talk away showdown in parliament because we'll be able to chiro or chair power any other sapon asante si kunedu obenye bia ma sapon so be send o number mamia I'll give it to kunedu to a friend saying contact you
we are here to learn about our country. Kindly demonstrate the Akpi dance a bit, just for a second.
Honorable nominee, the question is overruled. You are not going to demonstrate.
Chairman, if you decide to be whimsical and capricious, it will not advance the work of this committee. Apart from the constitutional issues involved, it is also about our culture. We've had nominees speaking their dialect here. And I do not think that if you start by is overruled. The man is talking about a dance that we all don't know until today. If anybody had asked me in the Volta region as part of our culture, what are the dances, I would have said Agbaja and Bobobo. Today, he is enlightening me and others. And I'm saying that he should demonstrate it just in some 30 seconds. And you saying that, you know, you are disallowing the question.
Honorable Minority Leader, I take offense from the fact that you are saying I'm being whimsical and capricious. So I will urge upon you to withdraw those words you use on me.
Chairman,
I
will not
stand
withdraw.
by overruling the question that you are not going to
you were whimsical,
any dance.
You were whimsical and capricious in the way you overruled my question. I will not withdraw.
You would not demonstrate any dance. This is not a demonstration forum. This is appointment committee. So I insist that you withdraw